Good afternoon.
Hey, hey, hey.
Good afternoon, family.
Let's go.
Hey, Jennifer.
Come on, kings and queens. Come on into the chat room. Let's go.
Come
Hey.
on in. The water is fine. I'm so happy today.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hey.
Uh, 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 uh.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. And welcome.
Hey,
Hello,
everybody.
ladies. How are you?
We're going to go ahead and we're going to play this track one more time to give everybody some time to come on in. And then we're going to go ahead and get it started. But let's go ahead so we can go ahead and get some energy. We need y'all to come in the chat room. Do not hang out in the bushes, but come in the chat room. Get your dance on. Bring some positive, some good vibes, good energy our way. And let's just kick it. Let's have some fun. Y'all ready to have some fun? We got a good show
Let's
today.
do it.
I'm
We got a
excited.
good show lined up, y'all. Let's have some fun. Okay. Crazy thing is, I can't even find shit.
Welcome, Danielle.
Look,
Danielle
I
from
can
the
hum
UK
it.
is
Dum,
visiting.
ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum,
Hey.
ba-dum, 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 ba-dum,
Hey.
bum, ba-dum. Woo, woo, woo.
Okay. I
We
guess
have
I
a
you know I
visitor
guess
from
that
the
was I guess
UK,
that was
y'all.
I guess that was my unction there, baby. That's enough. That's enough.
Hey, Bev.
We want to give our our quick shout outs. Good afternoon, Jennifer Montgomery. Good afternoon, Danielle Steele from the UK. Hey,
Yes.
Miss Beverly. Hey, glad to see you all in the building. We got an awesome show lined up for y'all today. But remember, I told you guys we had a surprise. Y'all, we had a surprise from last week. I told you guys, if y'all didn't remember, we had a surprise from last week. And a lot of you guys, y'all not asleep. Y'all pay attention. Y'all pay attention. But I want to know who can guess, who's really been paying attention, who paying attention, who woke, and who can guess what that surprise is. Just look around and see what may be different today than before. So just pay attention. Just look around and tell me, what do you think our surprise is? And I'm looking in the chat room to see who might get it.
I don't know. I think our diehards might figure it out. I really do. I think they might. I think they might know.
Who's the die hard? Who out there is the die hard?
Our diehard Jennifer, Beverly. I think they might recognize it. Maybe.
You gotta look everywhere, Jennifer. We can't give you too many hints.
She
There's
said,
only a
look
few
where.
things up there.
Well, check out our new
Huh?
banner.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Jennifer got it.
All about
Jennifer got it.
Kanisha
Yes.
is
You
back.
go, Jennifer. Yay!
Yay! Kanisha is back. Kanisha is back. And we wanted to bring her back on the show, and we wanted to do a special announcement because she was always a special part of this show. She was always a special part of my life. So we wanted to kind of do a special welcome home for Kanisha, and we wanted to present her on our new banner that we got and let you guys kind of give a little inside peek as to what we had going on without really telling y'all. But our girl Jennifer peeked it out. But yes, Kanisha is back. Kanisha is home, y'all. Kanisha, say what's up to the people. Say, you know, you back and you home.
What's goody? What's goody?
Welcome back. Welcome back.
So
Welcome back.
we're not gonna drag it. We're not gonna drag it. We're not gonna drag it. But what we do want to do is just offer a few minutes to kind of bring you guys up to par and let you guys know why Kanisha was absent for a minute, because we did have a public spat. We had some things going on in the public, so we felt it was only right to come to you guys and let you guys know. Like I said, we're not gonna drag it on. Exactly what went on, because we're not the kind of people that try to fake stuff or sweep stuff under the rug, and we don't like for anybody to come to y'all with any misinformation or things like that. You can hear it directly from the horse's mouth. Okay, we that type of people. Me and her as well, so we don't have no problem with giving y'all the lemonades, not the tea but the lemonade. Okay. So as y'all know, me and Kanisha been cool for a long time, since day one. Almost 2.5 years maybe. Since day one, she was like the first ones that joined me on YouTube, the first ones I felt comfortable with, I felt like I could trust. And so she came into my life and she stuck with me ever since then. This is not me and Kanisha's first time having a little spat, a little falling out behind the scenes. It's never really so big to where we just say, oh, okay, I'm completely done. But it's more like a sisterhood, because we have gained years of actually being able to develop something special and something genuine. I love her kids. She feel the same way about mine and my family. So we have really developed something special and something genuine. So we have had a spat before, and but we don't really make a public spectacle of it. This time, I guess it was a little bit more serious. It was a little bit more deep, and so we did. For those that was around and those that was watching, y'all ain't no fools. Y'all know we made a fool of our damn self. Okay, and I think, and I can't really speak for Kanisha. She here to speak for herself, but I think for her, really for her was, her coming to the show and coming in the chat room and allowing it to be a public thing was really operating out of hurt, because I did kind of like slam the door and say, you know what, this is it. You're no longer part of the show. You're no longer part of my inner circle. And so it was like, wait a minute. And so Queen's Roundtable means a lot to Kanisha. Kanisha loved Queen's Roundtable. It's her baby just as much as it's my baby. Okay, and I just wanted to let you guys know that. So I know that she was operating off of her, me distancing or pulling her away apart from Queen's Roundtable. And I understand that. Okay, and I understand also during the time we fell out, and I want you guys to understand this too, it was a real emotional time. Okay, during the time of politics. And I can't even really say the whole BLM, but y'all know it's just a really intense time, really during the time of the election. And y'all know politics and religion can destroy any relationship. I mean, not just friendships, family. Okay. And so unfortunately, we allowed that to kind of play a role in our friendship. And this was something that we agreed that we wouldn't do from the start, because I know I had my political views, she had her political views, and the same thing with my other friends. Okay. And that was fine. And we had agreed to not allow that to actually get in the way of our friendship. But unfortunately, it did with me and Kanisha. And so because we have that understanding that it wasn't really personal, it was just really an intense time and a real ugly time. But we still have love for each other. We was able to say, you know what, I'm sorry, I forgive you, I love you, let's move forward. So I know I talked a lot, I'm long-winded. Kanisha, is there anything you want to add, girl?
No, I mean, I think you said enough for me. I mean, we discussed it behind the scenes. We talked, so I mean, it really ain't much to say. I mean, no, I'm back, so that's about it.
That's it.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Okay, Cindy, stop it.
And that's all that matters. So yeah, y'all, we had a much different, and I can really say for myself, especially because I know the things that I've been through really just shaped me to be a more mature and respectable person and or whatever. So I do know moving forward that, as far as us making a public spectacle of ourselves and things like that, that won't happen again. So we're going to offer you guys an apology, and yeah, let's move on. Our girl is back. Let's move on.
Let's get
Let's get
started.
it. Okay, so we're gonna start this thing off with a little celebrity news and gospel, a little commentary. So have y'all heard I'm tongue twisted now. Let me get some water. Shit. I've been talking for too long. Have y'all heard of the crate challenge? Drop a one in the chat room if y'all heard of the crate challenge. Y'all know people all around the world is doing this crate challenge. So for those who haven't heard of the crate challenge, I'm gonna pull up a quick little clip, a quick little video so y'all can actually get an idea of what this challenge is. Okay. And like I said, who make these trends up? Who make this shit up?
That's a real good question.
I think it depends on how big the challenge is. I think charities start them because some people do them for charity, and then I think people who have way too much time on their hands do the rest.
Yeah, that's weird. Well, this right here, you guys, is the crate challenge. Oh my God, y'all can't see. Y'all can't see, right?
Nope, I just still see us, which is fine
Okay.
because we're beautiful. But
Okay, hold on. Let me pull up the crate challenge. You don't
Could
want to
be
see us,
nothing.
Diddy? Diddy, you
I don't
want
what? I don't what?
You don't want to see us, honey?
Yes, I love to see us. I love it. I don't care if the video never comes up.
Oh my
Could be
God.
nothing. Yeah, it's crazy. I watched some yesterday, and people are falling, hurting all kinds of body parts. It's ridiculous. People falling on their heads and everything.
Yeah. Okay. So here's a video, a quick video. No sound, you guys. I didn't feel like it was necessary for us to use some sound. But this is a quick video of what the crate challenge is in case you guys have not seen the crate challenge. It's just a bunch of idiots who go out and buy all of these crates, okay? Which made me feel like I need to invest in some crates. I'm always trying to go where the money is at. I need to invest in some crates. Because these fools is actually out here buying all of these crates, stacking these crates up, and standing there and seeing if they can hold their balance.
Girl, I think I got that many crates in my house already because I use them as tables and I stack them up and make them as chairs. And so if you need some milk crates, you just let me know. I got plenty.
You still got plenty of crates? Yo, I have not seen
Girl,
crates.
I'm telling you, I use them for everything. I stack them up and put blankets on them and make them credenzas. And girl, I got my ghetto fabulous things that I do. And milk crates are an important part of that.
I promise you, I have not seen milk crates in so long until this challenge. Like seriously, I didn't know people still use or even buy them. Like I didn't know they still sell milk crates.
Yeah.
This is the crate. Okay, so who will actually do this challenge? Drop a one. Okay, Cindy, you said you had some news about a competition.
Yes. I was watching, going through YouTube scrolling and stuff and found where Snoop Dogg was talking about it. And then Little Boosie said he had just landed back in Atlanta, the music capital of the world or whatever he said, which I just came back from ATL from being there for a week. I had to add that in. But he's offering $1,000 to whoever can finish this challenge.
Snoop Dogg?
No, Little Boosie's offering $1,000 to anybody that complete it.
So the object is to balance up there for a certain amount of time, or what? I don't understand what the ultimate. Do you have to have a certain amount of crates? I'm confused.
I've seen
I don't think there are rules to it, but I think that if it's a challenge, like the person that actually does it, they're going to try to stack up so many crates. Like, it's a competitive type of thing. I don't think there's no rules to it.
Okay.
Crates you stack up, but you want to kind of, a lot of these people just want to go viral. Right. Okay, so I'm pretty sure they want to, stack them up pretty high and stand on there the longest and try to beat the longest record. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. What do you win other than the stupid award? Like, what?
Right. And a broken arm or busted head because, like I said, the ones I've been watching, I've seen people, a young guy, he looked like he might have been 16, maybe 14, was doing it and fell and hit his privates. I saw another female fall and hit her head. I don't think that
Oh
I'm not
no.
sure if there's a certain amount, but the clips that I've been watching, they're stacked different ways. They're not
Okay, so
all
did
like
y'all see the
this.
female that walked the crates with her heels on?
That was stuff.
Huh?
Oh, she did it, Jennifer?
What?
She
There, oh
said
yeah,
that.
I said the same thing. I was saying the same thing, Jennifer. I didn't even see your
Wow.
comment. Let me go ahead and put it on the screen. Yeah, there was a lady that did it with heels on. I've seen that on Instagram as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So
not doing. There's
She
no way
ain't
I
the
would
only
do it.
one that completed that. It was a man rolling a blunt and he lit it and he smoked it and completed it.
Ah, shit. Are you serious?
Now that's
yes.
talent. Now I'm impressed by that.
He
That's
was
impressive.
and he was rolling and walking up the crate at the same time. Like
Uh-huh.
rolling it up as he was walking up. And now that's some good balance right there because his hands was, occupied rolling the blunt while he was walking up the crates.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. But so nobody in the chat room would do it for $1,000.
I wouldn't risk it.
No, I wouldn't. No.
Not 1,000. But
Too much
again,
of
I'm
a
the
risk.
person that can't think of anything I wouldn't do for 1 million. So there you go.
Like, and I feel like $1,000 is not enough money. That is too little of an offer. But
Yeah.
at the same time, if they had enough crates stacked for my and I mean like the top got to be real. I'm not gonna just stand on one at the top. Okay, the top got to at least be like 6 or 7. This gonna be the biggest pyramid y'all ever seen. Okay, the top gonna be, the bottom gonna have
Yeah,
about.
I'm gonna need some Jenga. Yeah, I'm gonna need some Jenga talents, and we're
Oh,
gonna have that stocked pretty good on the top. Yeah,
and I
absolutely.
would need 2 crates side by side, making one, and we gonna make us a nice little square. Okay, for me to stand on. So that's what I'm talking about. Y'all do it the right way. I'm down. Okay. But I thought
You
this
can
was
have it.
really, I thought this was like a really crazy. Oh gosh, my camera.
I'm
Hey,
running low on live, so I think I'll leave that one alone.
that was a really crazy,
I,
crazy challenge.
yeah, I could not take my Brokeback Mountain behind up there. Girl, my spine will fall down in the middle of the crates. Ain't no way I could do that.
Yeah.
Not broke back, my behind. You like that saying, don't you?
It's crazy because we both have the
See, I be
same
cracking up every time she say it.
Yes, girl,
everything that happens to
yes. I
you that
am
happens
Brokeback
to
Mountain.
me. It's crazy. Everything, not everything, but
Yep.
health wise, a lot of stuff that's happened to her has happened to me. Like we both have.
When we used to call each other and one of us had a cold, we'd be like, oh, now I'm gonna get sick. Shoot.
Yeah. Surgeries and everything. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, but have y'all heard the latest news about the next person that was who's I guess the talk about being canceled? Now y'all know we've been talking about cancel culture for the past, I guess, month or so, maybe over a month. And we've been seeing it with many different celebrities. But in case y'all haven't heard about the latest news, now they're at Nicki Minaj. So we have a quick video we're gonna show you guys, and we're gonna explain to y'all exactly why they're trying to cancel her after the video. Okay, we're not going to play the whole video because it's actually filth in my eyes. But if y'all cannot or y'all have not figured it out by now, she's going to give this little boy, who is a 13-year-old little boy, a lap dance on stage at her concert. So because Nicki Minaj called this little, and I'm like, okay, I know she has some grown men in that audience. Okay. And don't Nicki Minaj go both ways. You can find you a grown woman in the audience. But however, she chose to bring up, I don't know if this little boy is a part of her act or what, but she brought up a 13-year-old boy and gave him a lap dance. Okay, y'all can go to JJ's channel and watch the rest of the video. And shout out to you, JJ, for us using your video. So yeah, if anybody want to watch it, subscribe to JJ video. I'm not going to go ahead and play the whole thing. But so what do y'all think about another artist being canceled? No, first of all, what do y'all think about the whole incident?
Well, surprise, surprise, I have something to say. Gross. That is so gross. And I can't believe that someone from her team didn't run out there and tackle her before she could actually do this. I can't think of any way this could have came out good and why she didn't think about that. I mean, you have your choice of who you pull up on stage. Why would you grab a little boy in the first place? It's not thinking clear.
Yeah, I believe it was his birthday, if I'm not mistaken. But she was dead wrong. I think it was nasty. I didn't even look at the whole video either. But I think the mother should be slapped in the forehead for even letting her do that to her child.
Yeah, like I said, I'd have been up on that stage. Somebody in authority. And listen, pre-disclosure, I am not a Nicki Minaj fan. When she went after Lil Kim, me and her had to part ways. And her voice is annoying to me. But in the interest of making money and your brand and continuing to be able, to do these things, you have to be able to think better than that. You have to be able to control your impulses a little bit better and not just do the first thing that pops in your head. This seemed premeditated. Like this boy was probably waiting somewhere to go up on stage. And you're telling me that in that amount of time, nobody thought, well, this probably isn't a good idea.
That's why I said, or was he already a prop, like a part of the show? You know what I'm saying? Like, was he already a part of the show? Because I'm pretty sure it was a lot of bad bitches in the audience sitting first row. She had some gangsters she could have pulled up in the front row, or somebody from her team, or anything. And you could tell, she knew that it was a child because y'all hear her ask, "Is this your first lap dance?" Okay,
Yeah.
so my next question is, do y'all feel that this is a cause for her to get canceled? Now, remember what cancel culture can do to a person, can do to these celebrities. Do y'all feel like this is the cause for her to be completely canceled? Do y'all, and when we speak about cancel culture, we talking about, I ain't gonna say completely knocking they generational wealth that they building or their empire they building, but because I don't really think it hurt a lot of people as bad because they still gonna come out wealthy. You know what I'm saying? But it's putting a dent in their pockets. So what do y'all think? Do y'all think it's worth her being canceled?
I do, because I think that's just inappropriate, and with everything going on with child pornography, rape, trafficking, all of this stuff going on with children, I just think that she should have had better sense. She should have had, I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but she should have known better than to put a 13-year-old up there on the stage to do that.
Nene, I promise I'm going to let you talk after this. I promise. You all guys are well aware that I don't believe in cancel culture. I don't think that someone should lose their livelihood, possibly their family and their reputation based on something they do on stage. just don't go to the shows anymore. But don't decide that this person, as a human being, does not deserve to continue making their livelihood. If you're against it, don't go. But as far as them losing their restaurants and their clothing lines and all of that, I can't think of anything that's worth that warrants that.
Well, you know what? I kind of feel like it should be more of a fan's choice anyway. Okay, because I kind of agree with what both of y'all are saying. That's why I'm kind of stuck when it comes to cancel culture. The reason why is because if I had not been a longtime fan of yours, helped you make those millions, supported you throughout your career, then I have no business trying to turn around and cancel. However, if you do something that is a bad look for the same brand that I've been supporting for many years, that I helped sow into for many years, then I should be able to voice how I feel about whatever situation you did or whatever you did, and I should be able to say, no, I'm no longer going to support that brand. And because these celebrities actually, what they're building a community. They're building a community of followers. So I feel like the community of followers should be able to band together and say, hey, we're not going to support this. We're not for the satanic shoe line or whatever the case may be. We canceling that shit. You know what I'm saying? To ensure that they don't get no money for that shit. Now, they fans, they followers, they community. Now, do I feel like other outsiders who never supported them, never bought an album, don't even really know them, just be trolling the chat rooms, should be on their reviews, writing bad reviews and shit like that? No. Now you just doing it just to be doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of, when it comes to cancel culture, I'm kind of stuck in the middle, because it's kind of like, if it's the community that they built, that they created, their fan base that they created, then if they going against or doing something that's a bad look on their brand and their fans not having it, I get it. Other than that, I'm not for it. Y'all get what I'm saying, or do it make sense?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
And I agree with you on that part. Part of that, I agree. The thing is, I don't think that we should be able to, like Danita said, tap into their revenue where they're making money feeding their children. That part I don't agree with. So as a fan, if that's
But we
something,
were a part of their revenue, right?
right, people invest in stuff like that. So it should be an individual thing, but as a whole, I think we've gotten so sensitive with everything now. We're trying to be politically correct about everything. So if anybody makes a mistake or says something out of emotion or does something without thought, I don't think that they should lose everything. But I think that some type of repercussions needs to be done for people to do things like that, especially with the child. If it was a man, I wouldn't have cared. But to bring a child up there to do a lap dance, the way she's built and all of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? To me, that was just that was over the top.
Definitely over the top. I definitely agree with that. Okay.
How many times do you think they have the ability to talk to somebody, about this stuff ahead of time? I mean, I'm wondering if maybe do the celebrities themselves just say, I'm doing this, and then they're surrounded by a bunch of yes people that don't want to say, hey, I don't think that's a good idea. Because like I said, this seemed a little bit more premeditated. The the baby thing seemed kind of like he was getting caught up in the moment. It didn't sound like something, that he had planned to say. It just kind of came out. So I think those situations are different. This was clearly a bad decision from its inception, whenever that was.
Exactly. All around the board. And so kind of going back to that, and your original statement, did y'all I'm gonna go back to that. Did you guys happen to see verses with the
Mm-mm.
Locks versus who was it? Oh my god. Dipset. The Locks versus Dipset.
No.
Okay, so yeah, y'all, if anybody is into verses, if anybody remember those old school, and I ain't gonna really say old school rap, but rap groups from the 90s, go check out that verses. It was, oh my god, I watched it twice. I watched it twice. Like I like both groups, but the second time I watched it, I was looking for something. Okay, because I watched the interview after I watched the first one that the Locks did, and so I watched it again a second time because now my eyes is open and I'm looking for something. So one of the comments that Styles P made as far as the difference between the Locks performance and Dipset's performance, he said the Locks came out during a time where groups had to have artist development. Do y'all remember that? Like back in the day, when a group gets signed to a major label or an individual gets signed to a major label, they had to have some type of months or maybe even years of artist development before they can even be a breakthrough artist. Okay, and so the Lock said during this time in their career, they was with Rough Riders, but yet they were under Diddy because Diddy was the one that made sure they understood interviews, stage presence, because it's not just about rapping on stage. But you also need to have stage presence. You also need to know, what to say, what not to say, the do's and the don'ts and things like that. But Styles P made a great point. Artists today do not have that artist development because a lot of artists today is getting discovered from social media. And they already have created their brand, already have developed their following. So a lot of times these people are just signing them, just promote them and get the music out and make money from them. But they not really tapping in to they mentality and trying to develop them mentally and as an artist. And so because they don't spend that time doing that, now you have situations like Lil Baby, he go out there, he say something crazy, and what? They ready to cancel him. Okay, and so that was a really good point he made. What do y'all think about that?
Well, Motown used to do that. Motown would send all the ladies to etiquette classes and fashion classes and make them walk with books on their heads and stuff like that. And I mean, I think it was more important then because it was an all black, company, and he wanted, black people to see black people who were, elevated a little bit. And but they took media training. They learned about which fork is the salad fork and all of that. I think that's essential. And you need to learn about the media. You need to learn how to talk, what to say, what's appropriate and what isn't. Because like you said, you snatch these people out of the ghetto and put them in front of millions and millions of people, and they don't have the training for that.
You take them out the ghetto and get them millions and millions of dollars. How do you expect them to act?
Exactly. I believe that they
should go to accounting classes.
Just like they do football players, basketball players, anybody that has to do media time, they prep them so that they don't say inappropriate things or let some of the stuff the reporters might ask them get under their skin with a certain question if it's personal or whatever. Like I think Ocho Cinco and a couple of other players, when you ask them certain questions, they just snap and go off and walk off out of the meetings and stuff. And they're required to do a certain amount of media time when they sign their contract.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And then we won't have so many different artists that's just losing everything. You know what I'm saying? Because they not personally developed. Give them some time to grow behind the scenes. Because sometimes it's not really helpful or fruitful for them to grow in public. Get them some time to grow behind the scenes, and then I think maybe that will kind of like ease up on the cancel culture phenomenon that we seeing today. And that's just my opinion. So anyway, moving on. The R. Kelly trial. Kanisha, this is yours. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up a photo of this idiot. If you guys have been paying attention to the R. Kelly trial, go ahead and chime into the chat room. We about to go ahead and tackle that.
I'm ready.
Yeah, whatever you want to, girl. I'm looking for the photo of this idiot.
I mean, I've been following it, not following it, but I don't really know too much about it because I could care less. But I have like read a few bits and pieces of it, and I'm kind of shocked too at the fact that they didn't have a trial in New York. I mean, I'm sorry, in Chicago. But I guess they did it in New York because I'm assuming that's where majority of it happened. I don't know, but it started. The trial started like 2 weeks ago, 2 Mondays ago, and I think so far they've had like 5 to 6 witnesses or persons of people who are accusing him of doing this stuff. I think it's been about 5 or 6. Azaria, whatever her name is, Azriel, she was witness number 2, and she basically it was kind. I kind of read something about it last night, and I didn't know that he met her when she was 17. I thought it was younger than that, but it was 17. She was a junior in high school, and her parents basically um, signed a consent form for her to, I'm assuming, be alone with him, or him kind of do what he did to Aaliyah, kind of be like some type of what is it? Um Somebody, I guess, I don't know, but whatever it was, the same thing he did with Aaliyah was basically the same thing he was trying to do with Azriel and
Like
her
be a
parents.
guardian or something.
Or being like, okay, like so like Jermaine Dupri to Bow Wow. I guess somebody that's kind of like, I can't figure out the word, but whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But anyway, he was gonna be, I guess, like a shadower over her. So
Or
her
she was
parent,
gonna shadow him.
or like I said, y'all know the word. I ain't gonna keep going over it because shit, I'm trying to get to my point. But she her parents consented. Her parents consented to her
Jennifer said mentor.
mentor. There you go. Okay. Um, her parents consented to her going with him, and so I'm assuming after they consented with her going with him, they went on tour, or she was going to different venues and stuff like that. But she had admitted that he got her pregnant at 17 and he made her get an abortion. And he told her the reason why he wanted her to get an abortion is because he wanted her to keep her body right. So when she did get of age, they could start a family or something like that. So that pretty much kind of shocked me because I didn't know that he got her pregnant. But
Ew.
it's also came out, the one girl, Geronda Pace, she was 16 when she used to go to the Cook County Courthouse when R. Kelly's trial in 2008 was going on. She was always outside. She would skip school. She lied about her age, and basically now she's like 28 and she's expecting her 5th child. She was pregnant in the courtroom. I seen that picture, but she's pregnant. She's married, and she basically was saying how R. Kelly would want her to dress up like a schoolgirl and call him daddy, and uh
Ew.
yeah,
Ew. Ew. Ew.
like some of the stuff that I've been reading, I've just been like taking bits and pieces of it. Like I didn't really go into the full article, but
Okay, look, let me just stop you right there. Let me just stop you right there because we was just talking about Nicki Minaj grinding on a 13-year-old boy. Is this something that's just that these artists just do? Like, is this something that's like in the air, lingering amongst they circle, amongst the wealthy, the
Mom,
riches? Like, you can have anybody you want, anybody you want, any grown ass woman you want. You choose to
Yeah, but
impregnate people.
I think once you get a certain amount of money, you become, disengaged with reality. Because when you can buy or do anything, eventually you're going to get bored. And then you're going to start looking for other excitement and more adrenaline and another way. Now, I think with R. Kelly, this was just in him. no matter what. I mean, this kind of thing is not something you do because you get money. But to your point about celebrities, I think that after a while, you're disengaged and you're so used to having everything you want and people giving you anything you want that if you have enough money, you can satisfy the most darkest desires that you have in you because you have the ability to make it happen with money.
And then a lot of I mean, it's been happening for years. Before Bill Cosby, before Weinstein, it's been happening for years. And women know, in my opinion, unless they're really gullible, slow, or whatever. And I'm not trying to come for nobody. But if you're going to an artist room by yourself at a hotel, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, it's not to be
Come on now.
mentored. It's not to be mentored. You know what's going on. You can't be
You better
that
preach.
out of touch with reality. A lot of people slept their way to the top, and a lot of people got away with it. And because of the Me Too movement, a lot of people are starting to come out about it now that didn't come out before. And my thing is, like Marty said, why aren't the children's parents being held accountable? So many people are getting paid off, and I don't think that they should be able to do that. I think they should have the trial first and then the civil trial because a lot of people get paid and then drop the charges.
I'm kind of upset the trial wasn't televised, publicly televised. I'm kind of upset about that.
There's a YouTuber that covers the trial. She does like a recap every day. I can't remember her name, so I just started watching her not too long ago. Well, actually, 2 days ago.
I mean, I just feel like everything else was public.
Right.
I
Exactly.
don't know that New York does that. I think New York may be one of the places where they don't allow cameras in the. I can't remember a trial in New York that was televised. So that might just be a New York thing.
Okay, was O.J. Simpson in New York or California?
California.
Okay,
California.
okay, that's what I thought. Just had to double check.
But Mimi, does he was this is this trial because I like you I haven't been following it that much. Was this trial for just one girl or was is this one about multiple girls?
I guess this trial was about the racketeering and the man act, like all the things that he got charged for. I'm assuming this is what he's on trial for. But these witnesses have been, they got some lawyer. I guess they some lawyer lady. I don't know her name. She real popular with the Me Too movement, or she be affiliated with them. But they're all represented by her. So I'm assuming she yoked them up to go forward to tell their story. So this I guess this is a part of why he's on trial because of what happened back then. So
Is it Gloria Allred? Because I know she does a
I
lot
think
of.
Yeah,
somebody
that's
named
who I thought.
I
That's who
thought
I
it was
was
somebody
thinking.
named Lisa. Somebody named
Okay.
Lisa or something. I think, but she's like a real known
Oh, I know who
popular
you're talking about.
lawyer when it comes to like women who've been like,
Yeah, I know what she's talking about too. I
yeah,
forgot her last name,
The
but yeah,
blonde curly haired lady.
yeah.
she's older. She's like she got to be like in her 60s or 70s or
Help us
something.
out, Chad. I know y'all know.
I don't know. She a white lady,
Yeah.
blonde
Yeah,
hair.
she white. She
Uh
white.
huh. Yeah.
But another thing
Yeah, I
was,
think I know what you're talking about.
that R. Kelly. It came out that R. Kelly has had herpes since 2007, and
Oh,
he he had
what?
he had been so he was getting his medicine. I think either his lawyer or his publicist was the one who was getting his medicine from Walgreens. So it had got to the point where he said he would have flare ups where he couldn't walk, and he gave it to one girl, and she said it was so bad she couldn't walk, like she got
Oh,
really sick or something like that. But yeah, the Walgreens pharmacists knew him by heart, so they would always have his medicine ready.
that is so gross. They need
So
to call him Gross Kelly. He is so
yeah.
gross. About everything about him is so gross.
So he
Yes.
just,
He
I
was
mean,
purposely infecting women with herpes knowing that he had it. And it was out of control. Like his herpes was like super, super, super bad. Like he would have bad
So
outbreaks.
gross.
that is
So
horrible.
gross.
That is so horrible. So he was just around there just spreading disease and impregnating these girls.
Who was the other artist that has herpes that they used to they dog all the time?
Usher.
Usher.
Usher, thank you.
They
Yeah.
had made a beat
Usher has
about that.
herpes.
Oh
He
yeah.
had it. He had it.
Yeah, that shit
Oh,
don't
I
go
gotta go to the
away.
doctor.
They said that shit don't go away. Now it's been a long time that I was in sex ed class, but if I'm not mistaken, you can like go
Treat it, but you can't cure it.
Yeah,
yeah,
there's
what is
no
the word
cure.
for it too? Like it go through a like a phase where it don't have an outbreak. I forgot what it's called.
How
Dormant,
fast? I'm
dormant. It
sorry.
goes dormant.
Okay, and then it just come back and flare up. So that's probably why some people get food and don't even know because they don't see the signs of it. If y'all get what I'm saying.
I did not know that Usher. I did not know that Usher had herpes. I'm gonna have to make an appointment at my doctor's
Cause
office.
remember they had made a song called "Same Girl," and that was around the same time R. Kelly
The
had
girl, they sure did.
with
Yeah,
herpes.
yeah.
So everybody was like, "Oh, it's really true. They was messing with the same
Oh
girl."
They
no!
messing with
Oh
the same girl. And
no! Ah, gross!
they both got herpes. Oh, thank God I wasn't pretty enough to be messing with those celebrities. I just don't trust them.
Girl, yes you are.
Girl, no. I used to be like, Lord, why you ain't make me a supermodel? But girl, I'm so glad he knew what he was doing.
Girl, I'm so glad I'm among the normal and not celebrities and stuff.
Okay. Girl, because the more you look at this stuff, the weirder it get. I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm so glad I'm me. Because, like, seriously, they sure did have a song called Same Girl. Lord, I'm done with this whole conversation. R. Kelly is going
I
under
know
the
that's
jail.
right, girl.
He is, that man is going under the jail. How many of y'all think he going under the jail?
I
Definitely
think
going
he
under the
is.
jail. They gonna get him.
Number one, if y'all think that R. Kelly is toast and not French, but Cajun.
Going on a vacation.
Burnt toast, girl. He definitely gonna be left in a toaster too long. They are gonna get him. And this whole racketeering thing and all that is just another way for them to make sure that they put him in jail for the rest of his life.
I actually told somebody, I think it was Kanisha, I said, well, hell, we got enough R. Kelly music. We don't really need him no more. I mean, that's bad to say.
No, but that's true. I agree with you.
I'm
I'm
so
good.
for
I get
real.
and
Like,
listen, and
we
no
have
shade
enough
on him. He
catalog.
is a musical. Yeah,
Genius.
yeah. No shade on him.
Nobody
I
can
do think
take
he's
that
a
away.
musical genius.
Nobody can take that away from him. He have an awesome catalog of music, and he have put out enough music as if he knew one day he was going under the jail. Okay, so he got enough catalog of music that we don't need to hear from a 50, 60-year-old R. Kelly. We don't need to hear 50, 60-year-old R. Kelly talking
Right.
about yeah,
Bumping and grinding.
bumping and
Yeah, but
grinding.
is that music still making money because of what he did? That's the clue. I mean, that's the cure. It's perfect for us because if we want to listen to it, we can. But I bet you he's not making the same amount of money on them
Baby,
songs that he was making
how
before.
can he spend it, baby? He's about to be under the jail. If he making enough money to
He's
let
gonna
his
need it for his lawyers.
And his
girl
commissary.
that he gave making enough money for his commissary. Okay,
Shut
because he
up,
But
getting
City. Oh my
residuals.
God.
I
He getting residuals, and that man made a lot of music. And you best believe that money that he making off that music, the past music that he put out, he'll be straight for life, set for life. Even if he wasn't in jail, he'll be set for life. He could retire.
I don't
So
know. Them
I
lawyers are
don't
expensive, girl. Them
I
lawyers
don't
can
know.
clean you out.
I'm kind of 50-50 about the whole trial. Like I know, what R. Kelly did was bad, but sometimes you got to really blame the girls and the parents too, because yeah, he was old. He should have known better, to be fucking around. Oops, I'm sorry. To be messing around with some young girls. But you got to think about it. Like the parents kind of set their kids up to be a part of some cult. Like 17 years old, no, you're not grown. So if I'm not like, if my daughter was like, oh, I want who he was back then, and my daughter was back then, I would have done it. Like you can't. I can't really. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna really get him. They're gonna charge him with all of that because the prosecution or the defense team that he got, they kind of like making some of the girls look bad, like Azriel. Like she came out and said, "Oh, the government was lying on her, this, that, and the third." So you stayed with him up until a year or two ago, and now all of a sudden it's, oh, he did this to me, he did that to me. So I don't know. Like I'm kind of 50-50 about it, but I do think he needs to serve his, like, be punished for what he did, because that was bogus. Like, you giving people herpes, you making them eat boo boo and all this stuff. Like,
And
that's
that, and
bogus.
like that's the point, because like, yeah, the parents should be held accountable, but how are they going to try the parents? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, how are they going to go about doing that? They would have to have some type of hardcore proof that they actually put their children in his custody with every intention on their children to be abused, neglected, and all that stuff. And that's pretty much hard to prove.
Yeah.
Right. Like, where's
No,
the
I think all
paper?
they
Like,
have
where's
to
the
prove is allowed they allowed their children to stay there. There's one thing to let him mentor your daughter, and I probably would do that too. But my daughter would not be going to stay at your house in order for you to mentor her. She and I will meet you at the studio whenever you want. But my daughter is not going to spend the night there. And as soon as my daughter doesn't come home, I'm getting arrested every day because I'm outside of your house trying to get to my daughter. Some of the parents say, oh, we tried, we called, she wouldn't talk to us because he brainwashed her or whatever. I would be
Right. That's
arrested
what I'm
every
saying.
day.
It's always something that they can say. They can always say, "Oh, we didn't know he was going to do that. We didn't know." That's what I'm saying. It's always something that they can
But
say.
these parents old enough. They was well and old enough when he was doing it with Aaliyah. So I mean, it didn't stop at Aaliyah. So that's why I'm trying to figure out why these parents allowed their daughters to go with somebody who was known as
Have
a
sex with a young
pedophile or
girl.
something like that.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
you
And
know,
don't they
I
have to sign a disclosure,
exactly.
for them to do it?
For them to probably stay around him, yes, but I
Yeah.
don't think that's just him. That's
Maybe not
actually with
disclosure, but a
that's
contract.
actually with a lot of celebrities. Damn near every celebrities force you to sign a disclosure if you like really doing some stuff behind the scenes with them. That's not really just R. Kelly. Like
Right.
all
Yeah.
celebrities, yeah, all celebrities do that. But I definitely agree. I definitely agree that the parents should be held accountable. I just don't see how they can actually corner them like that and do that like legally unless they had some solid proof
Yeah,
of their
that's hard.
intention. That's what I was trying to say. Unless they had some solid proof that their intentions was to set their child up to be hurt, harmed, or But I definitely agree with y'all 100%. Like, it's no
Was
way in
it
hell I would let
was
my teenage child go stay with a grown ass man.
no. Was it him that they stopped playing all of his music when the allegations came out? Because I know somebody they took him off of Spotify, YouTube, Apple
And see,
Music.
here's the thing
His
about that as
record
well.
label dropped him.
Right. Here's the thing as well. Like, R. Kelly have wrote and produced so much freaking music. Like, seriously, you cannot really just like what is it, mute him. Okay? Because when you listen to Maxwell Fortunate, you listening to R. Kelly.
Right,
Okay? When you
right.
listen to Michael Jackson, You Are Not Alone, you listening to R. Kelly. You see what I'm saying? Like, he have been involved in so much of R&B when it comes to not just singing and writing and producing his own music, but for other artists too.
Yeah.
And even
Yeah,
doing
because he was a producer,
and doing soundtracks
not
for
just a
movies
performer.
and doing soundtracks for popular movies that's still being played today. Okay. I believe I can fly.
I was
Okay.
getting ready to say
You hear what I'm saying? So the money is
Yeah,
still
true,
coming in. The
true.
money, the residuals is still there. The residuals is still coming in if they mute them or not. We have no idea how many artists who we have actually written for.
True.
You're gonna mute everybody. You're gonna
That's
mute
true.
Sparkle. You're gonna mute what's the other girl? Selena Johnson. You can see what I'm saying? And these are the ones that we know. I ain't mean to shut everybody
You're
up.
not going to be able to erase his music. You're not going to be able to erase his music completely. You're absolutely right, because some
Yeah.
songs we may not even know that he was the producer, because he was a producer as well as a performer. So yeah, you can stop, like you say, Malika. You can stop listening to his particular music. But what are you going to do? Check the producer of every song to see if they've somehow insulted you and you don't want to listen to it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
I really just don't
I
really
ain't,
see
I
that
ain't gonna
really
lie.
happening.
I ain't gonna lie. I still got a couple of songs of R. Kelly on my Spotify. Hey, it is what it is. You
And
know.
I do too.
I'm
And
saying the music is good. Ain't no doubt about that. Yeah, the music is good.
Yeah, that's
because
why
you know what, y'all, I was one of the ones that was like not really mute R. Kelly, but I was like, okay, well, I don't have to listen to R. Kelly. But I'm not gonna lie, some songs I was playing and my daughter was like, Ma, I thought you said you want to listen to R. Kelly. I'm like, this ain't R. Kelly, this is Maxwell. And I'm in there throwing down singing Fortunate, one of my favorite songs, okay? And my daughter was like, R. Kelly wrote that. I'm like, shut up, no, he didn't. But as I'm singing Fortunate, I hear R. Kelly. It sounds like his music.
okay.
So I'm like, damn, it's when you really tap into the fact that this man is a lyrical genius, you can really hear his music even if another artist is freaking singing it. So it's really no way for you to just completely cancel him out of R&B. He can't be. Or mute him from R&B. Shit, you gonna mute R&B.
He couldn't
Hello?
Right.
even
Yeah.
read. Look
Basically.
how talented he is, and he couldn't even read.
Okay,
Huh?
and
Oh,
Fantasia.
that's right. Oh, that's right.
What
Fantasia
happened?
is another one, very talented and was quote unquote illiterate. Could not read or write.
Wow. I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
very talented, very talented. Well, you guys, we're gonna go into a little short commercial break. It's only gonna be not even a 2-3 minute commercial break. Gather all our materials for the next half. We have another hour of show to give you guys. It's gonna be really, really interesting. So stay put. You guys, and I'm gonna make sure Nightbot drops some links in there so you guys can start. And y'all got our email. Actually, our email address is right there. Send us an email if you guys want to be acknowledged for any idea, any projects, anything that you're working on, any business ventures that you off into, and we will go ahead and we will showcase them during our commercial breaks. Right now, we are not a paid form. We have our own commercial. This commercial has been sponsored by Total Life Changes. As I was saying, right now we do not have our own. We don't have monetized ads to come in, so we plan our own ads, and we're definitely going to support anybody else, business or projects or anything that y'all are working on. And that wasn't a long commercial break, now was it?
Nope, that was good.
That wasn't bad at all.
Straight to
And
the
I
point.
learned something that even I didn't know.
Lose 5 pounds in 5 days. Start the Malika challenge. If you guys, let me go ahead and just plug myself real quick. If you guys want to join me on my health and wellness and prosperity journey, you guys follow me at Motivated by Malika, or you guys can follow my link tree and see what all I'm involved in and what projects I got going on. My link tree will be in the description for you guys. Also, follow Queen Roundtable Facebook group where you guys will get updated. If we have any canceled shows, we'll let you guys know. Also, you guys can follow Queen's Roundtable on Instagram and keep up with some news and stories that we might post prior to us actually going live. And do not forget, we will be going live every other Friday for Fun Fridays between 4 to 7 p.m. So it's going to be an evening show starting in September. Every other Friday we will be going live, you guys. Okay, so it won't be the same week as we go live on Wednesday. It will be the following Friday. So, but you guys will still hear from us every week. So we looking forward to Fun Fridays. If you guys got any ideas for Fun Fridays or even any ideas for this show, go ahead and send us an email at queensroundtable@gmail.com. Now back to our show.
Oh, that was good. That was real good.
Come on in, the water's fine.
So I'm gonna start off my segment with just a little dumb story. Basically, a Texas man was rewarded over $5 million in a lawsuit claiming that they overserved him alcohol at a restaurant that ended up getting him arrested for a DUI, as well as him getting into a fight with another patron. And I think he fell on the premises as well. So I don't think the restaurant did not show up for the trial, so they awarded him the money. Now the restaurant has 30 days to appeal it and try to get the lawsuit dropped or maybe lessen money. My question is, do you think it's the restaurant's fault for overserving him, or do you think it is the man's fault for knowing that he shouldn't be drinking and driving, as well as drinking, knowing that there's repercussions to getting drunk because he's old enough to know?
That's a
Yeah,
good
here's
question.
my thing. I want McDonald's to pay me for making me fat. How about that? Every time I go to McDonald's, they give me what I ask for, and now I'm overweight, and I want to sue McDonald's for making me fat. To me, it's the same exact thing.
I agree. Malika, what you think?
I think it's both their responsibility. It's his, of course, because you grown and you should know your limit. But at the same time, if it's my establishment, then it's my job to pay attention to the patrons in my establishment, and to know when someone is over the limit or whatever the case may be, because I don't want that to reflect my establishment. So I kind of think it should be a shared responsibility.
I agree, because some people can drink a lot and not show any signs of being drunk and can blow a 2.8 or whatever. You know what I mean? So some people you can't really tell, but if you serve somebody 12 shots and 3 beers, you know that that person shouldn't be driving, and you know that you should
Yeah,
not
but what
be.
do you do? Ask them if they're driving or not driving? I mean, I could be hanging out with you. You could be driving. I should be able to drink as much as I want, and they should be able to serve me as much as I want. I mean, what are they going to do? Collect keys at the door? I mean, I guess because it's a private establishment, you can decide that everybody gets a 4 drink limit or something like that. But any place that's trying to make money is not going to do that.
I agree. Nene, what do you think?
I definitely think that they should still take some kind of responsibility, because even if, like, they still have to have a cutoff point, like they should still have a cutoff point or something. And even if I say, hey, I'll call you an Uber, or I cut your drinks off and I decide to call you Uber, even if you decide to not take that, and I'm not gonna wrestle with you, you know what I'm saying, but then it's out of
Right.
my hands. Right? It's out of my hands. I offer, to
Yeah.
call you an Uber. I cut your drinks off. At that point, it's out of my hands. Whatever happened to you?
Exactly. I
Maybe
agree.
they could do, after a person has like 5 or 6 drinks, make them close out their tab. And then after that, on your receipt, it's going to say, you acknowledge that you have had an excessive amount to drink. And we at this restaurant suggest that you don't drive. And when you sign your receipt for your credit card, it's like a little contract. You're agreeing that you're not going to hold them responsible.
That's a good idea. That's a very good idea.
Well, I know Papa Do's. Papa Do's, that's one of my favorite spots. I know that they will actually cut your drinks off. I've seen them do it. I've seen them cut a woman off her wine. It wasn't even liquor. It was straight up wine. She had one too many glasses of wine, and they was like, "No,
And
we
was she
would not."
behaving like she was drunk, though? Is
Yeah,
that why they cut her off?
most definitely. But I'm not. She was just like talking a little loud. With her group party, and I guess when she was walking, she had a little stagger. You could definitely tell she was buzzed. Because me and my husband was like, "Oh yeah, she fucked up." You know what I'm saying? But it
Right.
wasn't in a disrespect. Like, she wasn't disrespecting nobody. She wasn't, being disrespect or inappropriate to the staff or anything like that. She was just like blatantly drunk. You could just look at her and tell she was buzzed. And they refused to serve her again. They refused to give her another drink, and she had an issue with them not serving her again. But they stuck by it. They will not give her another glass of wine, and she ended up leaving. Now they didn't offer to call her no taxi or anything like that, but they did cut off her drinks.
Okay,
They
well
cut
that's
off
just
her
nuts.
drinks.
Yeah,
Yeah, and so she
So
had.
what if she had already had too much to drink? I mean, clearly she had already had too much to drink. So if she got in her car right then and drove, would the restaurant still be held accountable? I just think it's going to be too hard to
Well, they did.
decide,
But
and
see,
you're
I think
leaving
that as
it to
long,
the bartender.
but I think as long as they step in at some point, that's at least enough to cover, like at least enough to cover their own ass. Like, do your due diligence. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Like, do your due diligence on your end. You
right,
can't be responsible for all the patrons once they actually leave your establishment. You can't be responsible for what happened to them because it could be somebody who really just don't handle alcohol well, who only had one drink,
true.
but
So
not
true.
a drinker like that. You know what I'm saying? And get into an accident or something like that. So I just really think that just do your due diligence, especially with just look at somebody, notice if they at their limit, make sure you make a note of that. So if some shit do pop off, I did speak to this woman. I did cut off their drinks. I did speak to the rest of the people in the party with them. I did ask them to leave because they were da 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 da. So at least you have a trail of information that might can help your ass not get sued.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carol.
Also, in this case, he won the money mostly because they didn't show up. They
Right,
may have won the case if they had went there and defended it, but he only won in default because they didn't show up.
right,
Mm.
exactly. And like I said, they've got 30 days to appeal it, which I believe that they will. I don't understand why they didn't show up. Unless, I mean, if you don't show up, is that considered, um, what is it called? Not proof of guilt,
Yeah, you're
admission of
admitting
guilt?
guilt by not showing up. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Mm.
I
That
wonder
makes,
if they're going to appeal or not.
I don't know, but
I wonder if
bring
they
us.
have $5 million. I mean, what kind of restaurant is this? $5 million is a lot of money.
Yeah. And I
Yeah,
agree with Jennifer as well. What about casinos and stuff
exactly.
like that? You
Yeah,
can't
because their liquor is free. Right.
you
Right.
can't babysit everybody. But the thing that bothers me is it seems to be about money. You know what I'm saying? They don't a lot of, in my opinion, this is my opinion only, a lot of establishments and a lot of people will do extra because they're making money off of it. They're making money.
Mhm.
And it's all about money. And the Bible says the love of money, not money, but the love of money is the root of all evil.
You better say
Right.
that.
A lot of people don't make that distinction. Thank you, girl.
Right. Yes,
You better
absolutely.
say that.
Yes.
Okay.
But I wanted to cover as well um, a story. It's a cold case, and it's about a mother that has lost two sons within 6 months. Her name is Veronica Taylor. Her first son was shot. His car ended up crashing and being, catching on fire. And doing the autopsy, that's when they found out that he had been shot. And this was October 8th in 2019 in Louisville, Kentucky. His name is Keithan Gaines. He was 20 years old. And the article reads, while out with friends, Keithan was shot and killed months after becoming a new father. Keithan's mother, Alicia, was notified um, by her other son, Nicholas, who was murdered 6 months later. This has been, there has been, there's not been a lot of information given at this time about the crime, and they have not found anybody, of course, because it's a cold case. Like I say, he was a new father. They say he was a very good father. He was a good person, and he wasn't like into gangs and stuff like that. Now, his older brother had died 6 months earlier. I mean, 6 months after April 28th in 2020. His name was Nicholas Morris. He was, oh, I'm sorry, I got the um, stories reversed. The first one was murdered as well, but Nicholas was the one found in the car um, and passed away hours later. The cause of death.
Cynthia. Which
Huh?
which one is Nicholas and which one is like I'm showing a picture of both of them.
Hmm.
So which one is which?
I believe Nicholas is the one on the right,
The
and
dark skinned
Keaton's
dude.
on the left. Yes, but
Okay.
the mother, I feel so bad for her. She has three sons, had three sons. She's got one son left now.
Mm.
And after the first brother was killed, the younger brother stepped up to help the mother out with the youngest son, just to be killed 6 months later. I cannot.
So they were both murdered,
Yes,
or
they
the
were both
second one you
shot.
said was found in the car?
Well,
And
he
do they
was
think
shot.
it's the same person, or
Yeah, is
They,
these murders related?
they don't know. That's why it's a cold case. They don't have any type of information. Nobody's coming forward, and they haven't gotten any information on either one of the shootings. That's why it's a cold case. They think that
oh, that is horrible.
yeah, they think that the 20-year-old Keithan was murdered by a friend, but they don't have any proof of it. And that's
Is
the
this
mother.
mom right here in the
That's mom
picture
in the
with the
middle
boys?
with both the boys. She's got life-size cardboard pictures of them in her
How
home.
long ago was these boys murdered?
One was in October 8th, 2019, and they were from Louisville, Kentucky. So October 8th, 2019 for Keithan, and then Nicholas was murdered on April 28th, 2020.
Oh my God, how is she even standing up?
That's
I
what
would
I
be
was
out
thinking,
of
Didi.
my mind.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking, Didi. My mind was like, wow, like I couldn't imagine. You know what I'm saying? And to stand there and she's definitely a strong woman. I
yes.
mean, like, wow, that's deep.
I can't imagine, but she does have one son left that she's got to be strong for. But I don't know if I could endure two of my sons being murdered 6 months apart and not knowing.
Girl, I would take that last one and wrap him in bubble wrap and put him in a closet somewhere and be like, yeah,
No,
Right.
sorry,
I,
you don't
I
get to
would
have a
I
life
would
because I
leave
can't take it no more.
I would leave that environment. I would leave that neighborhood and that environment and give something better to my child that my child deserves.
Okay, I was thinking the same thing, but what if she's not able to do that? You know what
I
I'm
would
saying?
create a GoFundMe account. I would
Yeah,
tell my story. I will put
yes.
my story out there, my kids' pictures out there, and the stories I'm sure is public. Like you can get some news articles or something to confirm her stories. And I'm pretty sure if she reached out to the public and if she really wanted to move, she could move.
I think people would help her. I absolutely think people would help her.
I definitely would help her. I would help her. I definitely would. And I don't have any money, but I would definitely help her. But here's the thing. Let's say she moves and then that son gets hit by a car. I mean, it might prevent her son from being murdered, but can you really, control whether your child is going to die or not?
Your
It's
life is not your own life is not in your own hands. So you definitely can't control whether or not somebody else lives or dies. But at least she'll be able to leave knowing that her child is not waking up to a war zone or a wilderness experience every day living in a neighborhood that both her kids got killed in.
I was gonna say, not to mention the house. You still living in the same, and you gotta walk past their bedrooms, or you might smell their scarf. I would be in a padded room somewhere, going crazy.
I would say it's time to get the hell up out of there. That's my take on it,
Yeah.
y'all.
Where did this happen? Where did this happen?
Where?
Louisville, Kentucky.
In Louisville, Kentucky.
Let me show you guys again in case y'all missed it. They because I kind of went through it real fast,
I
but
was
I'm gonna
going to
show
tell you.
this right here, you guys, is they
Their two.
headstone.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the headstone, guys. Put in the chat room what y'all think of this headstone. This is a badass headstone.
They
I
did.
ain't never seen a headstone like this before.
It was
Definitely had it. Okay, so Danita, I just want to kind of go back to what you said about her not being able to afford to move. Or one of y'all said that, but this is a badass
Yeah.
headstone. I'm just saying
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, it
Right.
is.
I'm just saying though, some people can't even afford a headstone. That's a badass head. She can afford that headstone. She can afford to get the fuck up. Excuse my language. She can afford to get the hell up out of her situation, up out her neighborhood. That's a
Yeah.
badass headstone.
That's true. And it's
I wish
crazy
she had
because
to move that champagne bottle from in front of them, though.
She
I was,
probably poured some of that shit out though. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like some people
For the
are,
brothers that ain't here.
yeah, you know. So and
What
she
would y'all
probably
do? What would y'all do if, God forbid, you lost a child and at the burial somebody came and poured part of a 40 on your child?
Well, that wouldn't be applicable for no. Mm-mm.
yeah. Now, and what would I do? I would be out of it already, so I wouldn't even be conscious enough to even make no move. They just better hope my husband don't see them.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother
Right.
story. They're gonna be folded up. They're gonna be
Right.
folded like one of them fold chairs, them beach chairs and shit. My
I know
husband gonna
that's
fold
right.
him like a beach chair. And that's that right there. Cause I'm more the person that I would probably zone out. Like when, especially when when I lose a loved one and stuff like that, like I completely zone out. Like I'm not there. I'm like a
Right.
zombie. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? My husband though, oh yeah, he'll fold you up.
Yeah. Like Beverly said, I would be numb as well. I
Yeah, that
it's
would be too
amazing.
much. That would
I
just be too much.
I applaud and I look at mothers that have lost children, especially to murder and gun violence. And it's how do you move on? How do you keep living? You have to be really strong to be able to do that. And I really don't know if I have
I
that.
think you're right. I think the fact that she had another child that she had to be there for is probably the biggest help because the only thing that can make you bring yourself out of something you don't think you can do is if you have to do it for one of your children. So, I guess that would make it at least possible to get out of bed, but
Mhm.
I don't know how much more I'd be able to do after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
bad. Do you know her
yeah,
name, Cynthia, so we can offer the family a prayer and our condolences?
I just had it when I said the name
Okay,
down.
I could probably
I
see
think it
it.
was Rhonda. No,
Okay.
Monica
And also,
Taylor.
maybe somebody will know. Maybe some of our audience maybe can help with the cold case. I mean, you never know. People watch, America's Most Wanted or stuff all the time and see their husband or their roommate or something. So it's always good to talk about it and show it because you never know who's going to know something and who's going to be able to help.
Yeah, and that's why, like I'm a part of a group on Facebook called the No Shoot Zone, and I think I shared it with you guys before. We've had to stop for a minute as far as him going out making and doing the no shoot zones, but he's done 250 of them, and they're in 6 different cities, but mainly in Baltimore. But I I'm the head of the victims awareness page, so I focus on the victims and their families. And when I was going through the story, and I forgot why I started telling y'all the first part, but like I said, going through the story, I didn't even realize that this was the young men's tombstones. Jennifer, not that I know of, I didn't read anything about them being in gangs, but I'm not, I can't say that they weren't, but I didn't read anything.
I
Um,
don't know. I definitely wonder. I would love to kind of like. I'm wondering if they're gonna actually investigate this case and bring us some more details because I would definitely like to hear what comes out later on. I'm really wondering if these shootings, these killings, is connected.
but
Or if it's just the environment that they in. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
So it would be definitely interesting to find out. So if we get some more information on it, we'll definitely update you guys.
I will definitely look into it so I can update you guys. That I can do because I was trying to look at before we started the show and stuff to see if there were any type of updates because it is a cold case. but I didn't see anything at
And
this moment.
unfortunately, let's just keep it real. Unfortunately, in our neighborhoods, they don't really investigate these crimes. It's kind of like one less nigga I got to worry about. And y'all know I'm always keep it real. So
True that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't care what
Church.
nobody say. That's what it is. It's like one less nigga we got to worry about, and they don't. These cases remain cold. Um. So
have you?
if
I'm
we
sorry.
do
Go
get
ahead.
any updates, Cindy will update us.
I definitely will. Have
I
you
want
heard
to,
of?
can I just comment real quick on what
Sure.
Jennifer said? Because I think that if they were in the gang, that would probably be easier to solve it. And maybe nobody's cooperating because the gang already took care of it, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, and also covering Chicago because the owner of the pages and stuff, the founder of the No Shoot Zone wanted me to focus on Chicago because there's so many murders in Chicago and stuff, and they've got a sniper that's been killing people on the highway for like 6 years, and they have no type of anything, no shell casings, no witnesses, and
What?
people are trying to say that it's a gangbangers, but it's like random innocent people that have nothing to do with gangs. A female was murdered um, last week, I think it was, and she was an older lady. She had nothing to do with gangs, so it's just somebody just like the DC sniper. They just they have no kind of clues on who or why, no
Well,
motives or anything on why this person or
sometimes
these people are just randomly shooting people. 6 years with no type of evidence, no witnesses. That's
that's
crazy.
crazy.
That's
And
real crazy.
sometimes gang initiations are that you have to kill. I think in certain listen, I'm not the queen of gang knowledge, but I do think that if you want to make it to a certain position in the gang so that you are culpable like they are, they do require you to kill somebody and they don't care who it is because then, your life is aligned with theirs and you're not going to squeal because you don't want to go to jail for what you did. So it could be gang initiation, but 6 years,
six
that's a
years.
long time to have nothing.
Yeah, and that might be a story that I might cover for the next show. Because that's got piques my interest when I'm doing stories for the No Shoot Zone victims awareness. There's so much that comes up, and because I am a little bit busy sometimes, I don't go back and investigate. Again, I'll forget about it or whatever. But I'm gonna start like really digging to find out as much as I can so I can bring you guys even more information because I don't like coming and saying things and then not, knowing the full story or if there are any updates like with the cold cases or stuff like that. But I did before the show try to find out if there were any updates and I didn't have any updates. So that's kind of like what I wanted to cover.
The thing that's so frustrating about that is that you know that somebody knows something.
Absolutely.
Somebody has to know what is happening. And the fact that you can let this woman go day by day by day, not getting justice for two children that she brought in this world, you have to be a cold hearted person in order. I mean, I guess if it's a family member and it's kind of conflicting, but my heart would be so aligned with hers as a mother that I might tell on my husband. I might.
Yeah. Oh, I would definitely tell my husband. Now, this is a little off topic. If your child were involved and you found out, would you turn them in?
Absolutely.
Chat, let me know. What do you think, Malika?
Is my child?
Was involved in a crime? Would you turn like a murder? You found out.
It's
Um,
like my child as if the one I birthed.
yes.
Hell no.
Right.
I'm not turning my child in.
Really?
Hell no. I'm not turning
Really?
shit. No. I'm not turning nobody in. I ain't turning nobody in. I ain't turning nobody in for shit. I ain't seen shit. I don't know shit. I'm at my own business. I ain't turning nobody in. I ain't turning nobody in. I don't give a fuck if I know the person, know the victim, know everybody. I ain't turning nobody in. I don't know shit. Nope, nope. I ain't turning nobody in. Mm-mm.
Oh God.
Malika like snitches end up in ditches.
Mm-mm.
Right. Hey,
I mean, I
Mimi.
cover cases and shit like this. You know what I'm saying? Like we
Oh
didn't cover
yes.
cases and shit on YouTube and stuff like that. But far as me, like I would never. If somebody was to pull me behind the scenes off YouTube and be like, "I need you to write a sworn statement that you know this," or say, "I ain't look, you ain't even seen me on YouTube. You was a there. That wasn't even me. That was a bitch that looked like me. Excuse my
It sounded
language,
like
but
me, right?
yeah, she sound like me. She look like me and sound like me. That ain't even my channel. I don't even own that channel. I would have backpedaled quick as hell if
Yeah.
somebody would ask me something outside of YouTube. But nah, I'm not giving up my son. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm not giving my son up.
See, I would get him the best lawyer. I would stand by him the whole time. But the truth is, if you're gonna treat people the way you want to be treated, and somebody killed my son and somebody knew about it, I would need you to be brave enough to come forward. So I think that's why I would probably do it. But I would be there 100% behind him and get him a good lawyer and all of that. But yeah, I'm gonna tell that he did it. I'm definitely gonna do it.
Damn, I can't even fathom it.
I'm on the
Like
fence with
I,
that
I
one.
can't even fathom it. Like I can't like I could say that. Like I will tell him how fucking wrong he is. Don't get me wrong. Like I would discipline the hell out of him behind the scenes. Like, bro, do you know the situation that you put yourself into, your family into, and stuff like that? But honestly, like
But Malika, what you gonna do? You gonna take his cell phone because he murdered somebody? I mean, really, what are you? How are you gonna discipline him to the point
no,
where
not
you
really
know?
discipline him, but I'm really still going to tell him, speak from my heart, and lecture and tell him how I feel about what he did. You know what I'm saying? There's no way I could discipline him. But as far as like letting him know how much of a disappointment he is to me or whatever, I'm not saying I'm going to approve it and clap and then cover his shit up. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to see. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let him know I'm disappointed in your ass. But
Mhm.
I just can't fathom handing him over to
To the
enforcement,
system.
to the system. I can't fathom that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna
I
really be
mean, I
messed
get
up.
it.
Like nigga, you know what you put me in. You know what I'm saying? Like I might be getting arrested with your ass for harder than the fugitive because I'm not. I cannot.
Now you done dragged me in your mess.
You drag me in your shit. So he definitely gonna know how upset and disappointed I am in him. But can I actually turn my child over? I can't see it because y'all know what? I was so mad at that movie. What was that movie? Blow. Y'all, was that Blow when the mama called the police?
Yeah, with Johnny Depp,
With Johnny Depp. Wasn't that Blow that the parents, the mom
that
called
was
the police?
I didn't see it.
Okay, it could be a different movie, but it was one gangster movie.
no. It is. You're right. You're
It was
right.
Blow. Okay. I thought it was Blow. But y'all, what makes it so bad is, especially when it's drugs and stuff like that, these kids be looking out for their parents, okay? Putting them in mansions. They driving the best cars. Then when the feds come knocking at their door, they hand them over. Do y'all think that's right?
I do because if I have all that money and you've had all those opportunities and you still choose to turn to a life of crime, then there's no way I can control you. I have no way of knowing that you're not going to do it again. And are you a little tiny bit of a psychopath? And maybe we don't know, but I mean the fact that you could take another life, that's a big 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 thing. And yeah, I may have lost control of you at that point.
Yeah, okay. So I guess I'm looking at it as the Blow situation. So let me reiterate what I'm saying. I couldn't do it on the sneak tip like she did it on Blow. Okay. But I would try to convince him to turn himself in.
Right.
I will convince him to try to turn
Oh, okay.
himself.
Okay.
Yeah, so let me reiterate that. I would convince him to try to turn himself in, get him a good, let him know that I'm gonna stand behind him, get him a good lawyer, all of that stuff. But I wouldn't do that on the sneak tip because that's just not in me. When I know that my son needs somewhere to go, he's on his way to my house, and I'm gonna have the feds waiting on him when he get there. That
Right.
I can't do. Do y'all
Right.
get what I'm saying? So let me reiterate that, put that out
Yeah.
there. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And the thing
Yeah.
that I
Like
would
I
be
was
worried
saying,
about would be.
I would get.
Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's kind of what I. Dag, Nene, let me get a word in. That's what I was thinking about, is that, when supporting him and everything. Yeah, I would have him turn himself in, and then I would, be with him with a really good lawyer, and to support him because he's still my son. So no, I don't want him to go to jail forever. And if there's something that I can do to make it so that he doesn't go to jail, then yes, I'm going to do all I can to do that. But I agree with you, Malika. Yeah, I would do that too. I agree.
Okay, so
My
we had to
greatest fear,
definitely
it works sometimes. Oh, hold on, I'm sorry.
no, we definitely had to clear that up, put that in the air, and clear that up real quick. So I'm
My
glad we
my
did. That
greatest
was a
fear.
good question and a good topic of discussion, Cynthia. That was a really good question. I've never had that question asked to me before, so I had to really. That's why I came out the gate like,
Yeah.
oh hell no, oh hell no, But I had to really think about it, and that's what I give y'all.
My worst fear would be having to look over my shoulder for the rest of my life, waiting for the police to knock on the door because they're going to solve it. That
Yeah.
would be
Oh,
my.
that's
But
true
I would
too. Yeah.
definitely convince him.
And
I would try to convince him to turn himself in. I definitely would.
Okay. So, well, we all agree with that, everybody. Did
woohoo.
okay, Didi, what you got for us, girl?
Well, I guess everybody is aware, or maybe not, that the United States is withdrawing all our military support from Afghanistan. We got there in 2001 after 9/11, and our government installed a new government there. Thousands of girls got to go to school when they weren't before, because the opposition, and I use this example lightly, is kind of like Democrats and Republicans. You have the Afghanistan government, and then you have the Taliban. And the Taliban is very, very, very much more conservative. Women, must be covered at all times. They can't leave the house without their husband. They certainly can't get educated or get a job, and they are the property of whatever man, uh, senior ranking man in their life. So it could be their father if they're not married, or their husband if they are married. So after we got there, we built schools and made sure that women could get educated if they wanted to. But then in 2003, we started giving more resources to the Iraq war. So we only had about 8,000 troops then. In 2009, Obama increased the amount of people in the troops in Afghanistan to 100,000, and I'm thinking his thinking at the time was, we just going to bombard them. We just going to send everybody and just bombard them with everything. But giving credit where credit is due, the Taliban is kind of like the Vietnamese, North Vietnamese were, and they're good at hiding, and they're good at doing things that are ambushes and stuff. Obviously, because they know the terrain better than us or whatever. But in 2011, Osama bin Laden was killed, and I think he was in Abbottabad, Pakistan. And so then Obama decided in 2011 that, okay, we're going to bring the soldiers home, and we're going to give control to the Afghanistan government by 2014. So the idea is, we're going to teach them how to protect themselves. And, so you guys have until 2014. We're going to train you. And then we're thinking about, you know, leaving. Because even the Pentagon said, okay, we can't win this war. Not militarily, we're not. So unless we're going to negotiate or something else, this war is unwinnable. 2017, not sure why it didn't happen in 2014, except that it was more of the same. We could not beat them. We had made no, progress in controlling them. So in 2017, Donald Trump said that his first instinct was to remove the soldiers too, but that he would, continue fighting. But then in 2018, he negotiated, had a meeting with the Taliban, but the Afghanistan government wasn't involved. So in other words, he had a meeting with the Republican Party, but he didn't have a meeting the meeting didn't include the Democratic Party. And so the president at the time was Ashraf Ghani, and he was furious, because they weren't included. So some kind of deal was brokered then. The Taliban agreed that they would stop fighting the soldiers and that, as long as we were leaving, they would be cool. Well, then in 2020, Trump said that he was going to be by May of 2020, we were out of there. Okay, well, that didn't happen. And so Biden, when he came in, extended it to August 31st. So said all of that to say that he has now, under big scrutiny, said that he's not going to extend it. He's not going to extend the date. We are out of there August 31st, hell or high water. And he is getting backlash because there is some information that says that Americans are having a hard time getting out of the country. And the Biden administration says that their objective is to get all the Americans out of Afghanistan, and then we're pulling our troops out, and good luck to you, Afghanistan. But does he mean, that farmer's wife who, is living in the mountains with her husband? Should the American government have to, get a team together like special ops and go in and rescue her? Because the criticism is that they now can't get to the airport, that the Taliban has taken over the capital. Just this past Sunday, they took over the capital, and so people are saying that they can't get to the airport which is protected by U.S. government. So, are we responsible for every single American, or how far does America go in order to, fix this process? I can't think of any way it wasn't going to be chaos and that it wasn't going to be, for lack of a better word, a shit show. I can't imagine how that couldn't happen, but I'm curious as to what you guys think about. Is there could we have handled it better? Should we not do it at all? What do you guys think?
I definitely think we are responsible for all Americans. If the troops been over there for how many years now?
20.
20? They are responsible to make sure everyone.
20 years at $4 billion a year. This war has been costing us $4 billion with a B every year.
And that's crazy that a lot of us just now been awakened to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think, we have a lot of bases all over, and, unless something happens, we don't really, hear too much about it. But, after 20 years, that's an awful long time.
Yeah, it's basically like Vietnam. Some wars are just not winnable, and you have to, go ahead and pull out. But my thing is, I'm worried about. So I was listening to CNN on the flight last night, and my worry is for the Afghans that helped the Americans all this time. They know who's been helping us, and I'm scared that
they're included in the withdrawal. They're included in the withdrawal. They are also being withdrawn from there as well. But the people that helped us were probably close enough in order to be evacuated. But what about the people who are further out, or whatever? At what extent do we go to rescue them?
That's a good question.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think
that's hard that's hard.
I'm pretty sure that's hard for the president. So it's hard for us. But I know
right. Okay, well let's say this. If you were in your house right now and some militia group comes in and takes over your neighborhood, could you get to your nearest airport even with that kind of scrutiny around you? I think I could make it to BWI airport from here by the 31st. Because again, today it's not the 31st yet. So we haven't stranded anybody
But
yet.
when they get to the airport,
But
what?
they're safe because the airport is protected by the military government. So
But
the airport is the safe haven. If you can make it there, you're getting out.
Because
but
I
how
heard the
long would you?
Taliban was there stopping people from going in and out.
They're getting ready
Well,
to. I
that's what I'm
think they
saying.
started. I think they've started
They started.
kind of like blocking. That's why it's so hard to get the people out. I saw a video where they were hanging on to the aircraft as it was taking off. They were
Me
that
too.
desperate to get out of
Yes,
the country.
yes, yes,
It's
yes.
so
People are that
disheartening.
desperate.
But I,
Yeah.
I want my I want my
Well,
soldiers home. That's one thing, and I understand. The tap. What once we leave, we've always been on the radar for them anyway. Things are going to happen, and it's going to get worse once we leave because the Taliban is going to be in charge. So we're targets anyway. So it's like bring our soldiers home. The families, the soldiers have suffered enough. It's time to bring them home, and they trained the military and the police how to they train them the way that we train.
and
So if they can't
and the
hold their
reason
own, at what point do we stop trying to protect everybody when we've got people living in tents and ditches under bridges and stuff, and you're spending all these billions of dollars on a war that can't be won? And it was all because
yeah.
of
Well,
greed.
first of all,
It had nothing to do
go
with
ahead. I'm sorry.
oil and mass destruction and all that, weapons of mass destruction. They was trying to get to the oil, point blank period, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, 50% of America agrees with you, Cindy, that it's time for us to get out. 40% think we shouldn't leave, and then the rest are undecided. But I think the reason that we went there initially was because the Taliban associates itself with ISIS and the Islamic terrorists. So we didn't want them to be in control because then that brings in resources, and Al Qaeda and ISIS and the Islamic State has the ability to attack us. But the whole reason they were able to take over the capital was because the Afghans that we trained got scared and left their posts. They just walked away like, this is scary, bye. And so the Taliban got to move closer and closer and closer.
It only took them a week, or was it a month?
Less than a week.
Less
No,
than a week.
less
That's
than
what
a
I thought.
week.
That's what I thought.
It was less than a week.
That's
Yeah, because
ridiculous.
I'm sure once it was announced we were leaving, the Taliban started moving right away. But the American government thought we had trained the Afghans well enough so that even if they did kind of converge, that they could hold them off.
Right.
I mean, the fact that you just drop your weapons and leave, listen, I can't help you, dude. I can bring the horse to the water, but if you're going to lay your guns down and not drink, I can't help you.
That's just like the first war. I think it was in because Troy was over there. My oldest son's father. It was like 80, maybe 2000, 2001, something somewhere around there. But anyway, remember how all the Iraqi people all the soldiers were just surrendering? How easy it was.
Yes, 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 yes. That's
That was
exactly
crazy.
what, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. That's exactly what happened in this situation.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know that I think it's time for us to get out. It's time for us to come on.
I do too. But I am not a politician, although I play one on TV. I do not know how else it could have been done. We're saying, okay, we've been saying August this whole time. He's been saying it, August. So the first time I heard that, I would have gone and went and slept at the airport and just waited till
Right.
till it was, till it was time to go. So, I don't know why people wouldn't move sooner, but I have a problem putting our troops in jeopardy to go rescue that farmer's wife in the mountains just because she's an American.
Catalea, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Okay,
I
Diddy.
think
Okay.
they knew it was going to
Okay.
be a shit show. I just don't think they knew how quickly it was going to happen because initial reports were that they thought that it would take the Taliban 3 to 4 months to even get to where we had the trained people. So because it happened so quickly, it did, kind of take us by surprise and maybe the Afghani people as well by surprise, but that doesn't negate the fact that we would have to put our soldiers in danger in order to fix that. And I'm just over that. I'm over it.
Right. I agree. I think we all agree. Okay.
Okay, so the other thing that maybe everybody has heard about is that the FDA has finally approved the coronavirus vaccine. And that's good news because we're hoping that people who were apprehensive before, a lot of people said, well, it's not even FDA approved and I don't trust it. And so hopefully this will give people, peace in knowing that, yes, they have now approved it. And I guess because of the emergency approval, they have way more data now that we've all been on it. So the argument that we were guinea pigs is it's valid to a certain extent. And so the good news is that hopefully people will feel, a little more at ease about that.
Question: Do
The
this make anybody out there? Do this make anybody out there feel a little bit more at ease? The fact that the FDA has approved it, drop a one. And does this change your mind about how you feel about the vaccine? And are you planning on getting vaccinated now that it's been approved? So drop a one. Let us hear from you. Go ahead, Didi.
Only one has been approved though. I think it's Pfizer.
Yeah, the Pfizer one, yeah, has been approved. Um, and the other ones they believe will be, approved fairly quickly. But Pfizer's the first one to be approved. Now, the reason that they're hoping that people, will be at ease because, there's this new trend out there in the world where people are taking this horse dewormer. It's called ivermectin, and it's for horses and it's for cows. And for some reason, poison control centers are being overwhelmed by people calling and saying, "Hey, look, I took this horse drug and now I'm sick." And a lot of misinformation out there is getting really, 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 really dangerous. So I hope that this will put people at ease and there won't be a need to take horse. I don't know why do you have to tell someone not to take a horse parasite dewormer drug? Why do we have to say that to people?
The same reason we need to tell people not to drink bleach and not to inject yourself with stuff. Some people like they're such followers and they don't have like a mind of their own that when somebody says something, then they just jump on board without doing their investigation and looking into it. I wasn't going to get the shot. I always said that. I ended up in the hospital for 13 days and then another week because of COVID and blood clots and stuff like that, double pneumonia. I'm high risk, so I did get both of my shots and I will get the booster shot. The booster shot is not a new shot, it's just the same shot, getting it twice. And I can
Yeah,
understand
yeah, yeah.
everybody.
It's the same thing.
Did y'all hear about that Texans was fighting against mandated vaccinations?
Yes.
I did hear about that. Yeah.
We need to
What did they
dedicate
want
a
to
whole
mandate
show to
in the
that.
schools, right? They wanted to make school teachers, it was
Yeah.
mandated for schools, right?
Well, I thought for all essential care workers, because this was my first time hearing of it. I told y'all before, I don't really watch the news as much, and I'm right here in the state of Texas. But I think they plan was to do it for all essential care workers. It was mandated, and as well as school teachers.
Yeah.
So it was mandated for these people. But of course, if they allow that, in my opinion, it would just be a trickle down effect. It would start with them, then it would be all the residents, everybody. And I just, still stand strong on the fact that it shouldn't be mandated. It should be
That
optional. So right now there's a group of people out there protesting and rallying, and basically threatening to go on strike, even essential care workers, if they are forced to get this vaccination.
they do have the option of being tested once a week if they don't want to get the
Every week.
vaccination
Yeah.
as
So they
well.
can either get the vaccine or be tested once a week. Right.
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 And
But
as
they're
far
saying
as
that's forced
here
testing.
too,
So it's the same thing.
and here too in the state of Texas, school started back like last week. So there wasn't, when school first started back, it wasn't a mandate for the children to wear masks. It was optional, because really they just didn't want to have the kids out of school. Like they said, last year was a disaster.
Yeah.
Over 60% of our children failed the STAR test. And so they pretty much just had to push everybody to the next grade. So this year, they pretty much just opened the doors to the school, let everybody in, and mask was not mandated. But as of today, masks have became mandated again, for any kids that wants to go to school, on site. So
Yeah,
yeah.
but your governor said no, right? I think
Well,
your
it was,
governor in
as
Texas
far
said
as it
that.
being as far as it being mandated, uh yes, at first, but to
Yeah.
as of today, I guess he is has been a change of heart because the numbers are still going up. So as of today,
Right.
yes, it as of this morning, yes, it's mandated now. As far as
Oh,
the
y'all
mask,
heard it here first.
yeah, as far as the mask. So yep, y'all heard it here first. Go ahead, Didi.
I don't know how I don't know how to fix that because if teachers aren't vaccinated and they get sick, well now you have, however many teachers out sick with COVID. So you can't run the school that way either. So isn't that, just going to perpetuate the same problem. If you end up getting COVID and you're not at work, it's the same as you not being at work because you don't want to get vaccinated. And listen, I am not in any way suggesting that people should be forced to do anything with their body. That's dead wrong, no matter what. But I do think that there can be certain requirements in certain jobs. For example, children have to be immunized with measles, mumps, rubella, whatever, before they can start school, unless, they have a religious or medical reason for not getting it. You have to wear a seatbelt. They're mandating that you wear a seatbelt, and that doesn't protect anybody but you. So I just wonder what the fear is. Is it, the people that are out there talking about it's got microchips in it and, whatever. I just can't see the downside, or why the government would put us in danger. I can't imagine the motive for that. So, and why the FDA would help you decide that because they're the government too. So I just can't wrap my mind around what the biggest argument for getting it is. What is the big hesitancy to getting it?
I was listening to a YouTuber last night, and he was saying, "Why should I get a shot that's going to make that where I can still get COVID and I can still die from COVID?" So I think his aunt or somebody was fully vaccinated. She ended up getting COVID. She passed away. Nothing is 100%, you know, uh, certain that you're not going. Just like if you get the flu shot, doesn't mean you're not going to get the flu. It means the symptoms won't be as bad. Nothing is guaranteed 100%. My thing is, why would you risk getting a family member sick, or like a grandparent or somebody, your grandchildren? Why would you risk getting them sick because you don't want to get tested? I mean, don't want to get vaccinated and you don't want to wear a mask.
Well, well, the jury is still out on whether you
Yeah,
can
because
pass the disease
I
even
feel like
after you're vaccinated. Yeah.
I feel like my decision to get vaccinated should be based on me
Yes.
and my, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why I should have to worry about whether or not I get everybody else sick. I'll just stay the hell away from you. And if you vaccinated, then hey, that you more protected, right? So I don't understand. Like, that's something that we kind of discussed last week. And I don't understand it. So, did you want to get off into the bunkers and stuff? Because I know we got a lot.
Yes. Okay. So also talking about COVID. Since COVID came out, there has been a 700% increase in people buying end of the world bunkers. Now these are structures that are built underground, and the thinking is that if you can get to this bunker and close yourself in, then you are safe from a nuclear war, a pandemic, a biological weapon, or anything that could hurt you and your family. The interesting thing about it, and Malika's going to show you now, is I'd like to show you guys some of these bunkers. Here's a bunker in South Dakota that it costs $3 million. The next three pictures are the same bunker that costs $3 million to buy it. But if you have to be trapped for the rest of eternity, that doesn't look like such a bad place to do it. And the next one I think is the same bunker, but they have different rooms that they include in there. You can have a dining room, some of them have gyms, some of them have bowling alleys, and the least expensive one I saw was $300,000, and the most expensive one was $117 million. This is the same one. This picture right here is from the same, and as you can see, this one, it looks like a little gatehouse that they built in addition to the living space, which looks like it's to the
Girl,
right. So
this
that's
look
just
like
another
paradise. This look like paradise.
girl.
I love it.
I'm saying,
I love it.
yeah,
That's
Okay,
nice.
let me
yeah,
just say this
and
real quick. The crazy thing about it is it's all individual, so I have to stop and go to every picture, Didi.
oh, I'm sorry, I'm
That's okay.
sorry.
Go ahead. I just want
Um,
to let y'all know why the screen will, cut off and cut on.
okay. Yeah, so they're pretty swanky, and I'm thinking, if I had to do it, this is the way I'd want to do it. I mean, mine would end up being, like a double wide trailer dug up under the ground, and good luck to us because I couldn't afford any of this.
Girl, man would
But
be
it's
in underground
really
projects. Okay, man would be in an underground project. We'll be living underground
right.
projects. It's gonna be trash
Okay,
on the
so
streets.
right, yeah, and this one all the same bunker, and this one, like I said, was $3 million for this particular one, which is not a lot of money when you're trying to save the world, trying to save your life from the end of the world. But I'm just impressed by how nice they are. And, when I hear bunker, I think of cement and, beams and canned goods up against the wall. And this
Right.
is a whole another level of bunkers. And I am down. Sign me up.
Diddy, so whose idea is this? Like who is the mastermind behind this, and who gonna be staying in these bunkers?
Well, it started back in the 30s because, when they were doing air raid drills and the kids, they'd hear the horn, they have to hide under the desk. And so it started then. But the government has been building bunkers for over 100 years. They just weren't lived in. They were used for storage or bombs or, whatever. We all know the president has a bunker that apparently no matter where he is in the White House, they can get him to the bunker within 90 seconds, no matter where he is. So I'm sure his bunker is really nice. But it started back in the 40s. And then when COVID started, there, like I said, 700% increase in people buying them, which is interesting. If you had to be on lockdown, this is a good place to do it.
How about
I
out
find
here?
them. I find them pointless. What's the point?
Come on, Nene, let me hear. What?
Pointless.
Elaborate.
Right? You just gonna let the bomb hit you and that's it.
I guess she just wanted to make that known.
She was like, I told y'all it's pointless. There is no point. I said
And it
it's
ain't no point in you
pointless,
saying
so there
nothing
is
else
no
will
point.
happen. Ain't no point in you saying nothing else.
There is the question of how you're going to get to it, though, like where it is, because a lot of these, obviously, because they're so big, have to be like in the desert somewhere or, some far, far, far away place because, you need so much land for it. So if mine was built underneath my house, that would be fine. But I don't know how you're going to, some of them offer transportation though. Some of them say at the immediate time when there's a danger, they have someone that will come and pick you up and take you to your bunker.
They're nice, but I don't think that I would bother with it. You
Even if you
know,
had the money, you wouldn't spend it?
um, probably not, to be honest. Because if it's my time to go, it's my time to go. I know where I'm going. I'm
Well,
going to glory, so I'd rather go to glory than have to hide. And then how long you have to be down there? How much food can you store down there? What's going to happen when you have to come up to look for food? They're spending all this money building these. People are paying for it, and 9 times out of 10, they'll never be able to get to them, or they're not going to work forever because stuff will seep through the sand and the ground and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Who's to say it's going to
well, I
protect it
mean,
from
they've
like
been they've some of the companies that build them will stock them, and you pay a certain amount based on how much stock you want. I please put food for a year, put it for 3 years, put it for 6 months, and so even that depends on how much money you want to spend. Now you own it, so you could bring as much stuff down there, as you want. But I just think getting to it would be my biggest issue. But if I had the money, absolutely. And I might use it just to get away from my family every now and then.
I was gonna say I would like an Airbnb type of go visit and see what it's like. vi- Visit but not
Yeah.
live there
Shout
type
out to
of
my family. I love y'all.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to I think I'm gonna go kicking and screaming, Sunny. I am. There are gonna be claw marks on the ground. I want to live at any cost. So I think that, yeah, I think it's just a matter of if you're, just content with whatever's going to happen and you can save the money, then, why not?
Yeah. That was funny. I'm not sure what happened with Malika because she has dropped off. Um, did you have
Oh,
anything
well, then we
else?
got a soldier on. Nope, I think that was pretty much it. Oh, everybody should know that Japan is going to Mars and they're going to bring sand back here. I don't know why we're not petrified of that. Why are you going to bring something back from the universe and we don't know if it got pathogens or mites or whatever in it? They're going in 2024. They'll be back with it in 2029. Now that's when I'm going to my bunker.
Yeah. You know what? We were talking. I can't remember if she wanted to end the show with the brother polite story, or if we were supposed to talk
Well,
about
we're
that
in
during
charge
part
right
two.
now. Girl, the patients are in charge of the hospital right now. Go ahead, talk about it.
Okay, there's a big YouTuber, like a real big YouTuber, and his name is Brother Polite, and I think there might be some more stuff to it. He was just arrested for having. They say he raped a 14-year-old. So what happened was the Brother Polite has been known to be a womanizer. He's had like 20 women living with him at one time. He has multiple wives at one time. People have been putting him on blast, like another YouTuber, Lady Snoop. 5 of her first videos were about Polite, trying to warn people about how he is, and now everything has come to fruition and has hit the fan. Now, what happened was his girlfriend of a year has a 14-year-old daughter. They went somewhere, I don't remember where. The chat can probably help me with this part. And I'm not reading the chat, I'm sorry, because I'll lose my train of thought. So y'all help me out. Correct me when I'm wrong. He tried to say they're trying to say the 14-year-old girl and her mother had a rough relationship. So the girl, they were at a hotel and they were supposed to be going out to eat. The mother wasn't ready. She was going to get dressed. At first, she wasn't going to go, but the daughter kept saying how hungry she was. So the mother stayed back to get dressed. Brother Polite was supposed to be taking the girl down to the lobby to wait for the mother or to go to the restaurant, I guess, within the hotel to get something to eat. He ended up taking the girl to his room and they said he raped her. There's DNA um, on her body and I think on her face or something like that. I think they might have found some in her and it blew up on YouTube. I think Malika said the first person that she saw break the story was Candace, Candace G. Let me see if anybody said her name.
Yeah, I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know
they
that.
did give her. They did give. Okay, we lost Nene. They
Oh,
did. There she is. They did say that he gave her alcohol, and I'm not sure if he gave her any type of like a drug or something to kind of like get her out of it. But now they're saying that the 14-year-old is recanting, and stuff like that. My thing is, if she recants and doesn't want to testify, will they have to drop the charges, even though they have DNA?
absolutely.
And that's my question.
No. Yeah, absolutely. They will definitely need her testimony or it's not going to go anywhere. Ooh, we should definitely talk about that more um, later because I think that's really, really interesting. That's
Right.
fascinating that but these YouTubers are being blown up. They're being blown up to celebrity status. So again, you have the problem of them being able to do or get anything that they want. And I think Jennifer said that it was his girlfriend's daughter
Yeah,
and that
they had been dating for a year. It was his girlfriend's daughter. They had been together for a year. So she
wow.
trusted her. My question is not with anybody popular, or it could be. Have you ever, or would you ever let your child go with a male in a situation like that, trusting him, or are you like very, very protective of your children? We're like, nah, he's not going. My thing is, how does she get into a club if she's only 14 years old? That's one of
Yeah,
my.
well, not after a year. Not after I wouldn't even introduce my children to someone I've been dating until a year. You won't even know them. So the idea that after knowing him only a year, she just says, "Oh, okay, have fun, see you later." Absolutely not. No way.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people are blaming the mother as well. So, Malika, what do you have to say about it?
Hold on.
Okay, Nene, have you seen any stories about it?
I don't know. I think I was watching on Tasha K. It's same thing as R. Kelly. Ain't no different.
Yeah, basically. It's these guys that
Ross.
it's people clout chasing basically.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I
these
mean, I don't know. I
mothers,
guess you can get hooked on a celebrity that you don't watch your children very carefully, or maybe you think because they're a celebrity somehow they're better than. I don't think that people consider celebrities regular people.
they think that they're
I
safe.
would really watch my child even more so if they was a celebrity because they a celebrity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they are and I'm not gonna say worst humans, but they are the most. How could I say it? What word can I use? Y'all help me out. Um.
Well,
Not, what's the I know
Uh.
what are we
they're
trying
more
to think of?
susceptible to do it because they do have celebrity
I could
status
just say
because they think they can get
non-trustworthy
away with it.
people,
Huh?
non-trustworthy people that I would ever allow my kids to be around. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because these are people that not everybody, but for the majority of them, it's people that would do anything for money.
Yes.
So it's not just anything for money, anything for pleasure, fulfillment, so that self pleasure, self fulfillment, self gratification. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
even if that means hurting somebody around them.
Right.
So no. Hell
I'm
no.
so glad I don't have any girls where I don't have to worry about that. But you have to worry about it with the boys too, but more so for the
Them
girls.
being accused of something. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
completely different world. You have to protect your daughter from the predators, and you have to worry that your son isn't being called a predator. So either
right.
way, you have to watch your children, and you have to, teach them, that every smiling face ain't your friend, and you can't, trust everybody. And until they're of age, that's your job as a parent. They don't have the life experience or intelligence to decide who's good and who's bad. That's why it's your job.
Beverly, I know that's right. Jennifer, family will do it faster than anybody else.
I know that's right.
Yeah, yeah. Family's the worst.
That's definitely true. Yeah, that's definitely true.
You know
But
what?
that's because we trust them the most
And
and we're around them the most.
I was gonna say, when you look at most molestation cases and rape cases, a lot of them do come from family members. A lot of those
Yeah, it's mostly
are like
most of them are molested by at least someone they know
Uncles
or
and
someone
brothers.
that's close to them. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
so. Yeah, I'm real particular about who I allow my children around. Um, and that's just period. And sometimes a little maybe too overprotective. But at the same
Hmm.
I don't
time,
know if that's a
I
such thing.
I
Yeah, I
don't.
don't know if
I
that's a
was
such
just gonna
thing when
say. I was just gonna say. At the same time, I don't even think overprotective is a such thing. I was just gonna say that. But maybe from their eyes or whatever, growing up, like, wow, mama was very overprotective with me. I'm pretty sure they might see it as that. But I feel
Yeah,
like protection is protection. Okay, it ain't no
right.
such thing as overprotection. Your mother protected you.
yeah, and certainly not after a year. I only known you a year, and I'm going to expose you to the most precious thing in my life? Absolutely not. No way.
Right.
No, no way.
Exactly.
Okay, what we got next?
I think we're done.
Okay, y'all know we kind of went over a little bit, and y'all know I dropped the call because I had to shoot. I had some moves to shoot. I'm in my car. I took Queen's Round Table on the road.
I could hear it. I could
Girl,
tell the
you better do
difference.
that hustle.
I took Queen's Round Table on the road. So I'm like, y'all want to talk? We can talk now. Because I'm out.
Girl, get money. Yeah, go for it.
Girl, you a mess. Well, yeah. So y'all, before we go, we just want to tell you guys we have a. Y'all know y'all. If y'all haven't heard, we got a little theme music to kind of get everybody pumped up when we come on. Check out our new banner. We got a new banner, a nice little banner. And so we have some more things that we're looking forward to, especially for Friday. So if y'all have not
I
like,
can't wait. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited just by the thought of Fun Friday, and we want to hear some of y'all ideas. So send us an email and give us some ideas for Fun
Please.
Friday. Y'all know I'm gonna ask each and every one of y'all, what are y'all favorite hobbies? Like, what do you like to do for fun? Okay, me personally, like, I just like playing spades. Like, I'm a
I love
spades player.
spades.
Like, I'll play two-hand spades with my husband. When we go out, to hang with friends and stuff. If you got some cards on deck, I'll play spades. I got the spades app on my phone, so when I'm taking a break from working, or hell, even just sitting on the toilet, baby, I play my spades. Okay, so
I
that's
played my
what.
best games on the toilet, girl. Don't be ashamed of that.
Okay, and that's only like I'm not ashamed. That's why I said the shit.
Yep. Literally.
Literally.
I
But look,
said what I said.
and I said what I said. And look, y'all, I'm telling y'all, like, I love playing spades. So I was trying to figure out if there was a way we could play spades online, if I can get like a little spades going, a little team going, some kind of little card game online. Even the Family Feud. I like Family Feud. I got the Family Feud app. I don't play it as much as spades, but I still like Family Feud. So if y'all could find any type of online games that we could play as a community on Fun Fridays, that would be cool.
I
Send
know
us
that
an
they
email
can. I
and
know
let
that
us
you
check it
can.
out. I
Yeah.
got to mute real quick, y'all.
Okay. Because I know a couple of YouTubers that they do like bingo. It's another name of the Beverly, if you can help me out, the one that Sour Patch and them do starts with a Q, Cubo or something like that. But you can play spades, and it would be nice if we could get one or two people from the chat to come up to play against two of us. We can have like a little tournament or something like that we can
That would be
do.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that would be
that way the
great.
chat can
That
be
would be
involved
awesome.
with it. Yeah,
I mean,
so
Fun Fridays has so many possibilities. There's so much we can do. So y'all send us any jokes that you've heard lately that you like, or any TV shows that you're obsessed with, or movies that you like,
oh,
and
did
we can
anybody
talk
watch the
about it.
movie? Did anybody watch the movie that you told them to watch?
Oh, I Am Mother and Quiet Place too. Right,
Quiet
right,
Place
right,
2.
right.
Did anybody get a
Yeah,
chance to watch Quiet Place 2?
Okay, I'm getting
me
kind
and
of bad
Cindy watched
reception.
that together. Actually, we watched it together. Me and Cindy watched it together, and yes, it was scary. It was really scary.
It was wild. Yeah, that was wild. That was a good movie though.
Yes, Catalaya, books too. Yes, absolutely, books too. If you're reading any good books and you think we need to talk about it or read it, we can definitely do a little teeny tiny book club. Sure.
Hmm. Any like TV series, documentaries that you guys watch that you think would be interesting, let us know. We'll watch it. We can give commentary on it. Maybe you could come up on the panel and discuss it with us. Something like that. We're trying to think of different things to do. And we really want the chat to be involved with it because we would not be here if it wasn't for you guys. You guys make us.
Church.
So we definitely want to get you
Absolutely
guys more
right.
involved. That's why I try to do more things and I ask questions when I'm doing my stories so that I can get the chat involved.
Yeah, we definitely
Because we
can't do
love
it
you
without y'all.
guys.
And we want you to feel like this is your show too. We can't do it without you.
Absolutely. And we love you guys and we appreciate you guys being here every week. You guys are so loyal to, show up and support us every week. And we really, really greatly appreciate it.
And we're going to show you how much we appreciate it in the future too, because we're looking into giveaways and prizes and stuff to reward you guys for sticking with us and being there for us all this time. We're about to change the world, y'all. Come along with us. Don't miss it.
Yeah. Jump on board with us because we get ready to do big things. We got a lot of stuff going on in the background, talking about a lot of things that's going to be very exciting. I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. So share the videos out, tell your friends about it, share it on Facebook, tell people else about it. We're here, no drama, no, not a lot of cussing every now and then, we're human. But we try to keep it clean. We're queens. We're not ghetto hood rats. So we try our
At
best to
least
keep
not on the
it.
show. We're not. Yeah, no. At
You can't
least not
tell
on
it
the
all, Dee
show.
Dee. You
We're
can't
not.
tell it all.
Oh, sorry,
I'm
sorry,
joking, girl.
sorry. Oh, me too.
Thank you,
Absolutely,
Bev.
absolutely. Yeah, we want to bring y'all with us, so get involved.
Yes. Miss Malika. I know she's out on the road,
I
so
think
she's
she,
got to keep
yeah, she had
pausing.
to mute for a second.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, she keep leaving the patients in charge of the hospital. Girl, she don't know what we'll do if
Man,
she don't.
Catalea. That's how I met Malika, actually. I was in a chat following somebody that was doing the Kanika Jenkins. She's an activist, but she was doing the Kanika Jenkins case. I'm like, I heard about it when it first happened on Crime Watch Daily or something like that. And I never heard anything else about it. And I always wondered what happened, with the case. And as soon as I found out about it, that's how I found about YouTube's other side because I was just on here to do videos with the music, make a playlist of music. So when I'm traveling or if I'm cleaning or whatever, I'll have music to listen to. I never knew anything about this part of YouTube. And Malika's platform was the first one that I came up when I kept knocking myself off. It was a mess, but I'm a semi pro now. But Malika, the warrior, was off the chain, and I can't, I could not wait for her to come live. And a lot of times I was in the bushes because I was just listening, trying to learn. And that's why how I started following a lot of the content creators that I do follow now.
And
From
look at you now.
I
Look at
know,
you
right?
now, girl.
I was all
Check you
shy
out.
and quiet. I didn't talk a lot, but look at me now. You can't shut me up. Me and Didi, we
Are
like
we
that.
pronouncing are we pronouncing Cataleya's name right? Cataleya, can you just put the phonic way to pronounce your, or just tell us that we are pronouncing it correctly? I want to make sure because it's a beautiful name. I don't want to say it wrong.
Yeah, yeah, Jennifer. Yeah. So me and her clicked after that, and she asked me like when they had the other group if I could, you know, join them when they did lose one of the members, and I was busy with my son playing basketball, having to travel with him. So I told her I could fill in if somebody couldn't make it. And look at me now. I'm here.
That's what I said too. Remember?
What she say?
Hey, y'all know what? I want to get some sound effects. I want to get some
Oh
sound effects. So
yeah.
when I need to do some clapping,
Oh yeah.
yeah. So that's something to look forward to too. We're gonna be acting a damn fool, but we got some sound effects.
That will be so great. That will
Y'all was
be
kind of
great.
going in and out, but I was because I was in a bad reception place. But I heard a little bit of what Cynthia said at the end, and wow, Cynthia,
I was
thank
good.
you
I
so much.
behaved.
Like I'm
Right.
glad I was able to open y'all eyes up to some things that was going on. Like I think that was a time that God really wanted to reveal a lot of stuff that was going on in the darkness. And he just used Kanika's case to really reveal a lot of the stuff that was going on that had been going on for years. You know, and so a lot of things I was able to see. I was allowing him to use me. One thing y'all did not know, before I go live, I always prayed. I always got into the spirit before I got live. I mean, not a live. If I was in
Absolutely.
a live where I was going off on somebody, that's something different. I ain't gonna lie about that. If I was just on, ready to go. But if it was a live where I was working on a presentation and actually laying stuff out for y'all, I would pray and I would make sure I was in the spirit before going live. And I was already in the spirit as I was working on that presentation. You know what I'm saying? So, I thank God for being able to be used in such a time and season where my platform made an impact on people and people was actually able to learn some stuff or see some stuff that they didn't see or learn before. I would never regret that. I'm so thankful for that and the many people that I met along the way. All the people that's still here, still around, still support me. Like I'm so grateful for that. But yeah, I just wanted to say that. Like it was really God doing a lot of exposing during that time. He was
Yeah.
exposing a lot of darkness.
And
And
you went really deep. You went really deep into it. You were bringing us stuff that other people weren't bringing. You brought us a
Getting
different view.
interviews that other people weren't getting. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I did
absolutely.
exclusive interviews. I did
Yeah.
exclusive interviews. Well, thank you because I guess we might as well just tell people, since y'all kind of opened the door, that Malika the Warrior will be back.
Oh.
She's not
Woohoo!
dead. She will be back.
No, when I was started talking about it, I almost slipped. I was like, "Oh, can't, I'm not supposed to tell them yet."
No,
Uh-oh. You're coming in and out.
You sound like a robot.
yeah, it's okay. And this is really, but like, as I explained to the ladies, me myself personally, I don't do anything without feeling like I'm spiritually led to do it. Or that's just like the journey that I'm on in my life. You know what I'm saying? I have to be spiritually called to that or attached to that or walking in that walk. And so I'm just pretty much waiting on direction as to where to go and how to utilize that channel. Because I'm not somebody that just do stuff just to do it. I don't do stuff for clout. I don't do stuff for attention. I don't do shit for money. Like when it comes to clout, attention, money, I get all that.
Right.
So I don't have to necessarily do stuff to make me uncomfortable, to make my family uncomfortable just for clout of money, or to embarrass myself
Right.
or embarrass my family for clout of money. I don't have to do that. Thank God. So I'm just now, I've been fasting, I've been praying, I've been working on me inside because I know taking this next step and coming back to YouTube with that particular audience
Is
Yeah.
going to be, I'm gonna just try and help her. Is going
Right.
to be trying, so I'm gonna need God
Challenging.
on my side.
and so I'm
It's
definitely gonna have to be
challenging.
at a spiritual place where I'm able to deal with the stuff that I couldn't deal with last time, as far as
Yeah.
the backlash, demons, the people,
Oh, you definitely gonna
So
need the shield of God for that. Yeah, absolutely.
oh yeah, you gotta have on the whole armor, okay? Dealing with
Yes.
YouTube. A lot of people don't know that because they don't deal with the back end of YouTube, and it's all good when you can go on somebody's channel and get the information and walk away from it feeling okay, well, I know what's going on, I know what happened. But put yourself in that person's shoes. What did that person got to go through, and the attacks that person go through to get that information and to
Mm-hmm.
bring that information? That's why I say cover your people. When it's truth channels and things like that, and these truth channels is bringing y'all stuff that the media won't bring y'all, that the average person don't want to discuss, or the average channel don't discuss, cover that person.
Mm-hmm.
Cover them channels in prayer, because it's hard to do what we was doing. It's one thing to do my
Yeah.
own research behind the scenes and discuss it with my family or my friends, and it's another thing to go to YouTube and go to the public with my findings.
You know
You
what that
know,
sounds like? It's real crazy. The way that you're speaking, you're giving a message. Like I'll say evangelist because I don't think that you're a minister, but you're an evangelist. And just like our pastors, we have to pray them up. Pastors go through a lot before they become pastors if they are truly called. God tests them. He puts them through a lot of stuff. So when they do become the pastor, they can deal with everything that's going to be coming at them. And that's just like a content
Yeah, it ain't
with
called Malika the Warrior for nothing. If you're a warrior, you're gonna need that protection.
yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah, he tell us to much is given, much is required.
Yes.
And so that's one thing I had to understand. Like, God, I've been praying. See, a lot of people don't know. I was praying for, I grew up, I was raised, well, y'all know this part, I was raised by my grandmother. So I grew up with a praying grandmother, the grandmother that sung around the house all day. Like, and I didn't realize that she was anointing her home just by singing. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't realize that I grew up in a home with a very spiritual grandmother, And
Yeah.
so I remember the day my grandmother passed away. I remember my grandmother reading this scripture. Well, not her reading it, but me hearing it in church when I was with her in church one day. I remember hearing a pastor saying something about Elijah asked the other Elijah for a double portion of his spirit. So I remember the pastor preaching on that. And I was probably about a good, my grandmother passed away. I was probably about 19, 20 maybe. So when she left me, I remember one day in my room crying and pouring down. I remember asking the Lord for a double portion of her spirit. I didn't know exactly what I was saying. I didn't know exactly what
Right,
Right.
right, right.
Uh-huh.
And I think I told you this before, Cynthia. I said ever since then, I walk around my house singing. I sing, pray. I'm just like my grandmother. Like
Praise
I'm
and
literally
worship.
man, I see it so much. The anointing is on
Mm-hmm.
me like my grandmother. The fact that I'm, will probably cuss you out in the heartbeats. I'm so much like my grandmother. It's ridiculous. But one thing I noticed, I have a double portion of her blessings, of
Mm-hmm.
her anointing,
Mm-hmm.
of her spirit. You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so praise be to God.
I had a praying
That's
grandmother.
it. That's it. You have to have a foundation.
Most
You have to
definitely.
have a foundation.
Having that solid
Yeah,
foundation is
grandmothers
important.
are a great place to get that foundation too. Grandmothers are a great place to go to for that.
Yeah.
Man, I'm so glad I was raised with by two awesome grandmothers. I just lost one in 2020, but my dad's mom. But I
I
was
know
raised
that's
by
right.
two
Yeah.
awesome grandmothers. So yeah, but anyway, you guys, Malika the Warrior will be back. Like I said, I just pray for direction and what story do we kind of tackle and look into first. I've been seeing some stuff behind the scenes. I still do what I do, but I kind of do it in private. You know what I'm saying? And coming back to that public platform, I have to just make sure that I am 100%, on the inside and make sure that I'm equipped and ready to go and ready to go. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm
but
Yeah,
ready for it.
that makes sense. So we got lots and lots of stuff coming, y'all. It's gonna be so great.
I'm along for the ride.
yes, yes. So we're gonna go ahead
I'm
and get
along
ready to
for
get
the
up
ride.
out of here, you guys. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
And if y'all
Nene
have
had to run, so she said to tell everybody bye, and she will see you guys next time.
who said that, Beverly?
Nene.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Nene.
okay. I see you, Nene.
Yeah, she
Okay,
had.
Nene. See
Yeah.
you later, honey. And everybody, we got to go ahead and get up out of here. We kind of extended the time a little bit today, but we had a nice long show lined up for y'all, so it's all to the good. Thank you guys for hanging in there with us. We love you guys. You guys
Thank
be safe.
you. We love you.
And
Thank you
until
guys.
next time, we'll see you guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye. And don't forget the Queen's
Bye.
Roundtable ticker that's going across the bottom of the screen. That's the email address, queensroundtable@gmail.com. Because I see you guys dropping stuff inside the chat that you want to go over. Email it and we'll go over it and we'll definitely get you do whatever, not whatever, but we'll, talk about what you guys want to talk about because, like we said, it's your show as well. We want to cover what's interesting to you so we can get you guys involved. So that
Not only
everything,
that,
Hit
too.
us up. Hit us up.
yeah,
We
everything that
forgot
y'all
another
dropped in the
surprise
chat,
for
email it
them.
to us.
We
Huh?
forgot something else that we got coming up for them too. Do y'all ladies remember what we didn't tell them we got coming for Queen's Roundtable? Let me see which one of y'all know what I'm
You
talking about.
know, I'm going through my brain. I'm going through my brain. I'm going through my
Well,
brain. I'm going through my brain.
I'm not gonna remember.
Okay, so starting next month, we're going to be booking special guests
Oh yeah.
to come on
Oh,
our
right.
panel. We're going to have special guests to come on our panel and sit at the Queen's table with us and have discussions with us. So y'all look forward to that, to our special guests coming in. So y'all, this show is going to be lit. Make sure y'all share the show with y'all friends. Tell y'all people about it. So yeah, starting next month, we'll be having some special guests. If y'all know any special guests that y'all think that would be a great fit to come on this panel, send us an email. All right, y'all. That's all for now.
Love you.
And it
Love
can
you
be a
guys.
male. It doesn't
Bye.
have to be a female. It can be a male that sits at the table with us.
Anybody,
Anybody.
anybody, anybody that has some substance and something to bring to the table,
Yeah.
king or queen, they are more than welcome. Send us an email, and actually, matter of fact, send us the email and a short paragraph as to why you feel that they should be a special guest on our show. All right, have a good day.
Love you guys. Thanks for hanging out.
Bye.